All right, man.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Yeah, we back, man, and we got Flesh Wound Dan with us, man. What's going on?
Hey, what's up, guys? Good to be here. How are you?
Oh man, pretty good. This crazy ass weather going on.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. It's just cold here, so I can't complain beyond that. But I know a lot of the Kentucky podcasters are buried in snow right now. So
Yeah, there's like 12 states, I think, getting
yeah.
hit. And there was a tornado warning, watch or whatever for us, but it just swept by us, so we were good.
Oh, it's good. Yeah,
Good, good.
But
yeah,
man, today
very.
we're gonna be covering, the Houses of Doom box set. Umberto Lenzi and Lucio Fulci. Man, this set, like, I know a lot of people were anticipating this shit. Like in Cauldron, when they announced it, damn, it took forever to get it, right?
It did take a long time, but I think worth it.
Oh yeah,
these movies needed a restoration, and I know the Lindsay movies not a lot of people have seen, so so it's kind of cool to finally get this in hand, because we'll see tonight. I think there might be some differing opinions on some of the movies, but
I can see that.
They're well worth checking out. So I'm curious to get all your opinions on them.
I think that's the main thing that every one of us is going to agree on. Like, every single film has got something about it. There's something in there that's decent or worth watching, even though none of them we're gonna put across as masterpieces. I think they're all enjoyable for different reasons. So
yeah, man, it's I mean, I guess you know what we're gonna do here. We're not just gonna show the box.
And we're going to talk about the actual.
We're not going to just show the keychain that you get, but what I'll go ahead and show some of these releases. Sweet House of Horrors by Fulci, House of Clocks. We can show it, but I mean, what we're going to do is we're going to actually talk about these damn movies. House of Witchcraft by Lindsay,
exactly,
and House of Lost Souls by Lindsay, but
and that's all new commissioned art as well, isn't it? I don't think. Yeah. Obviously, that's not original artwork. I can't remember too much about the original artwork, to be honest.
I'm not sure on the House of Witchcraft though, because I was looking up stuff online and I saw that poster art, so I don't know.
Okay.
And they all come with a poster. I'll show one of them, but you can kind of get the idea.
This is long out of print now as well, I believe.
Yeah. But y'all did actually watch these movies, right?
We did. We did. Yeah.
No, we're just going to do a 10-minute review. Say that's the box set, and that's it.
We're just going to show you what it looked like and put it back on our show.
It's been out for a little while now, and that's like all I see is just people flipping the box around. Like,
yeah, it's crazy, man.
I always have that attitude. Like, if somebody's going to send me something for free, especially some of the ones that do get it for free, it's like, I'm going to make sure I review those movies.
Definitely, man. Definitely. Let's see who's in the chat right quick, man. Got several people in here already. Got a good little crowd going. We got Dan Shein in here. Oh shit, Dan.
There we go.
A lot of Let's see. We got Orc in here. Let's go.
What's up, Orc? Old sausage factory guy there.
Yeah. Orc's an OG.
Let's see. Danielson. Wax on, wax off. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Representing China there, Orc.
I thought he was talking about Fulci's wax mask. I didn't know what he was talking about. But
might be. It might be. You guys should drop in the chat some of your favorite Fulci movies too, because I'm always curious.
Right.
Yeah, man. It ranges with Fulci people. I've noticed everywhere. Sorry, Dan. Sorry for cutting you off here.
Oh no. It does. It's hard. It's hard for me to even do it. I for years I've said I do like a ranking video of his whole career, and I'm just like, it's tough.
That's a lot. Shit. It's like 60 plus films, right?
Yeah.
Him and Lindsay both. It's like 60 plus films, different genres. Like,
No, Lindsay in particular, and I know you have the same book, but Lindsay is so much more than just a horror director.
Definitely.
Make Them Die Slowly. Great book by Troy Howarth.
Yeah. I recommend my Troy Howarth, man, for sure.
Yeah, he's somebody that really made his mark in every genre, and his polizioteschi, Italian crime films are next level. It's a shame that people don't really talk about those. They're not in the mainstream, at least.
Yeah,
they're not acknowledged at all, and it's a crime because, man, they hold up against just about anything. Certainly American action films, crime films. I mean,
I think that's Lindsay's strongest genre.
It
is. Yeah.
Yeah, overall, not to discount. I mean, he's made some amazing horror films. I mean, Man from Deep River, launching the Italian cannibal craze. But Lenzi, I mean, those crime films are just so good.
They are, man.
Yeah,
especially Almost Human, man, and
man,
Syndicate Sadist. Like, there's several. Like,
the thing is,
we covered some too, right? What which ones we covered? Rome Armed to the Teeth, and
yeah. I was gonna say the thing with Lenzi as well, that he actually did do the Giallo film. I know Mario Bava, started it all off, but he did do two decent Giallo films before Dario Argento, and he'll tell you that as well in all the interviews you see.
Oh
he'll tell you that Argento saying it.
Yeah, he'll tell you Argento was his pupil, and all kind of neat shit. But I think he was
good Giallo films,
Yeah,
I think he was the one that started the what is it, the family inheritance plot kind of shit. In the Gialli, anyway. I could be wrong.
He certainly made it popular. There may have been one or two before it in the 60s, but he certainly made it more popular. Yeah,
right. He did. I mean, one of the funniest things, and I'm sure a lot of you watching this show, when you look at some of the interviews for these guys, is the Italians always like shit talked each other.
It's fucking great though.
Yeah,
like they don't hold back either, and it's down to the FX guys, it's down to the fucking cinematographers, it's down to fucking everybody. The writers, everybody just shit talk each other. It's like
the weird thing about it though is that Fulci and Lindsay actually got on because Lindsay was actually at his funeral.
Yeah.
So
they were good friends.
Yeah, they had a mutual respect for each other, but that was about it. They each of them hated pretty much every single other director there was.
I kind of feel like because they were so much alike, is why they got along.
Probably. Yeah.
It's funny, and I've had the pleasure of meeting some. Unfortunately, I didn't get to meet Fulci, but I started going to Fangoria in 94, 95, and of course 96. That last one was one I could have gone to. I just didn't. And I know there was some weather issues at that time. But I still kick myself. Out of all the people I didn't get to meet, that's a rough one. But I got to meet Lindsay. I got to meet Argento. I got to meet Sergio Martino was really nice. Dodato. But man, I would have loved to have met Fulci.
I didn't realize you met all them, Dan. That's amazing.
Chiller Theater and the Italian Invasion, when they started that, got to meet a lot, and through other things over the years. Lindsay was one that was pretty active on social media. Like, he was somebody you could talk to. I think I talked about it maybe on Dead End Drive-In. But my mom was buddies with Giovanni Lombardo Radice, which was just surreal to me. Yeah, she's not a horror person. She has no concept of who he is. But they would just talk about their cats.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. We got Texas in here. He says hello to the panel of pain.
Hey,
what's going on, Texas, man? He's dubbed us the panel of pain, man. So I guess we gotta
take it. Yeah,
something stuck to us now. Let's see. What's going on, Tex? Oh, never mind. I messed up my browser. I gotta catch these people talking to each other. I say Ultraviolent Hippies in here. What's going on? He says this set took forever to get, but it was more than worth the wait in my opinion, it's one of my favorite releases from last year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna echo
dude,
that. Yeah.
I'm gonna say though, the special features, holy shit, there's a lot of shit.
Yeah.
It's packed. It's packed.
Yeah, I mean, these aren't the most famous movies, and I mean, we'll go into the history a little bit, but they don't treat them like lesser throwaway movies.
No.
For something like this, just restoring them, I would have bought it irregardless, but they do go all out on the special features.
I got to give props to Eugenio Ercolani, like all his work he put into this shit, man, and
yeah.
And Troy Howard, Nathaniel Thompson, they do some commentaries as well, which I didn't get the chance to listen to commentaries, but Darren did.
Man, they are superb as always. What you expect from them guys, just a wealth of knowledge. There's one with Sam Deegan as well on one of the films.
I did see that. Yeah,
and Agent Smith as well. He's like a UK guy. He does a commentary on one as well. All superb, which we'll come on to. We'll talk about in a bit.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna run through the chat right quick, man. I guess we'll get started. Let's see. We got Fat Pig the Conqueror in here. What's up, y'all?
Hey, what's up, man?
Man?
Good to see you.
Ultraviolent says this will be an incredible stream because I think that everyone will have a different opinion. I think so, man.
Yeah, I've been talking to him all week on Facebook, and he got some great information. Like, he's got some great views as well on these films. And I mentioned about having him on, and he said he's up for coming on at one stage. So
yeah, for sure, man. Let's see. I don't think I've seen any of these movies in this set. Yeah, man, they're pretty like hard to get. Like they had a American DVD release in 2002. I believe.
Yeah, I mean,
show, right?
Yeah, these movies were the Fulci ones, I should say, were rarely seen until 2002 in the Shriek Show DVD releases. I know Nocturno Cinema got it released on Italian VHS in 2000, and it finally played on Italian TV, I think, in 2006. So as you can tell, like, there's a long gap there where basically nobody saw these films really in the US until 2002. And the Lenzi films, I mean, this is going to be a first for a lot of people on this set because those really haven't been available at all. And they're all a little bit different. So
yeah, definitely, man. Like, I would say both the Lenzis have something similar, but we'll get into it.
Yeah, it's funny the order that these are coming out too, because another box set that'll be coming out, the Video Giallo films that were all Lamberto Bava films. Those actually had come first. So
because Lamberto, like we said earlier, I don't want to echo what I said. I'm not sure if I said it or we said it backstage. But he was supposed to be in here with these guys making 2 films. But
it was the history of it basically in a nutshell was initially this was supposed to be 6 movies, and it was going to be Fulci, Lenzi, and Lamberto Bava. Lamberto had to step out. He was replaced by Marcello Abalone, who also had to drop out. So it just essentially they cut it down to 4 movies.
I'd like to hear the backstory on that. What the real deal was. I could picture like Fulci and Lindsay like cussing everybody out and shit. Do
you know what the titles of the other 2 films?
Like, we're only doing this shit, motherfucker.
So literally, the titles of the other 2 films were going to be The House of the Deformed Dwarf, and it was retitled The Best Friend's House, and The House of the Doll with Growing Hair. I would fucking love to have seen that.
The House of the
Doll with Growing Hair.
With growing fucking hair. God damn.
Yeah,
I mean, just titles.
That'd be creepy as shit too, right?
Yeah.
Fucking doll just growing hair and shit.
The Deformed Dwarf definitely sells it for me.
That was going to be about some kind of organ transplants as well.
Yeah.
In the story.
Probably nothing to do with the dwarf. Just
right. And the one with the dolls was going to be about abortion. So I don't know if that would have worked in there either.
Yeah. Yeah, very interesting to look at some of those topics. That probably aren't going to get made.
Ultraviolent hippie says at Dan, he says Gates of Hell trilogy.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The Psychic and the New York Ripper are my favorite Fulci films that I've seen at the moment. Honorable mention to The Devil's Honey and Don't Torture a Duckling.
Yeah,
nice, man. Nice,
you really can't go wrong. I would say Lizard in a Woman's Skin. Not to say that that's not a known movie, it is, but I think like that's way up there. Like you can compare that to the best of Fulci, in my opinion. Florinda Balkan, who's one of the actresses that he actually respected.
Yeah, I mean, it's high for me, man. But of course, my favorite Fulci, it just don't change. It's The Beyond.
Yeah, me too. Yeah,
it just won't change. Like I've seen all his horror anyway, and I've seen some of his other shit that wasn't horror.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's
that was Beyond for a long time. The Beyond.
Yeah.
I mean,
what's your favorite
cemetery is close.
That's close, for me. It's Don't Torture a Duckling. Then it's
Don't Torture's up there high
second.
For me too. Yeah.
The Beyond is probably in and around third or fourth, but I mean, City of Living Dead, you can just go on. Like what Dan said about Lizard in a Woman's Skin, I actually think that's as good, maybe not as good as Bird with the Crystal Plumage, but certainly better than the other two in the Animal Trilogy by Argento. I mean, I don't understand why that doesn't get brought up a lot. It's overshadowed a little bit by Don't Torture a Duckling, I think, because that's being such a good film, but really, some of his work, Fulci is.
If you go down his filmography for, I mean, just years and years, it was nothing but bangers. It was just everything was just fantastic. Like he rarely missed. I mean, even something like Conquest. I mean, it's still.
I still dig the shit out of it.
Yeah. It's still a lot of fun.
Yeah. Put this Vaseline smear on the lens. Let's go with it.
Yeah.
He had an insane period, like from The Psychic right through up until, say, like I like Murder Rock. I know I'm probably in the minority, but
I like Murder Rock
until about the mid '80s, and then
Dancing Death, Murder Rock.
Yeah. I love that film. It's fucking great.
It's I don't like it as much as you do, but I still like it.
But then you got Manhattan Baby thrown in there as well, which is kind of off-putting a little bit.
A little iffy.
But New York Ripper's another one. I know it's starting to get, a lot of people behind it now.
Yeah.
Man, the ending to that will fucking bring you to tears with the little girl.
Especially the other part of it. But I don't want to go on a tangent on his other shit.
No.
Let me reel it back a little bit.
Yeah,
because I could do that shit too, Darren. I'm guilty of that.
I was gonna say, don't think of these films anywhere like those ones, because they're not.
Yeah,
but
they're not on that level. Like I'd say this is more in the level Manhattan Baby, maybe Demonia, even Enigma.
Maybe Ghost House for Lindsay, but I do like Ghost House probably a little bit more than these, but it's kind of that feel to it, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
I think people are going to be surprised though, like what my opinion is of like the favorite one out of all of them.
All of ours are going to be different, I think. I don't know offhand or anything, but I think they're all going to like vary our ranking of these films, which will probably.
And Orcs saying, Dan, it's been since the start of Netflix streaming in the midlife of this, but I've seen Zombie, New York Ripper, The House by the Cemetery Beyond, and The Gates of Hell, so I'm new to his.
Oh, okay.
That's some bangers, though.
Yeah, I was going to say that's definitely among his best. And
of his filmography, yeah.
It's funny that you bring up Ghost House, too, because I know you guys already know this, so I'm not telling you something you don't know, but the La Casa craze at the time, I mean, that kind of factors into Houses of Doom a little bit, because if you guys out there are unfamiliar, the La Casa films, this was made up of 7 movies. The first 2 Evil Deads, because of distribution, obviously, and retitling. Ghost House, which was a Lindsay film, which was a massive hit. Ghost House was a big hit. Then Witchery, the Hasselhoff film from Fabrizio Laurenti. Beyond Darkness, which was Claudio Fragasso. And then it gets even weirder because you throw in House 2 and House 3, which is also known as the horror show. So that's like the La Casa series, even though you're connecting two franchises that don't have a damn thing to do with each other. And
here's my weak ass attempt to say the name of these films in Italian. Okay. So it's La Case Maledette.
Okay.
Houses of, I guess that translates to Houses of Doom, but or Doom House Doom Houses Doom or some, Doom Houses or something.
I think the Damned Houses is the Italian translation.
Because there's another title that it's called the Doom Houses too.
Yeah. They're all sorts of different.
But yeah, La Case Maledette. So that's my best attempt at it from a crazy ass down south Louisiana. So
I would say that's accurate. I kind of feel weird sometimes trying to hit the actual accent. Some people do that, and I'm like,
yeah, I could be like La Case Maledette.
I've always found that weird when you get some of these reviewers and they're talking in English and then they'll just start to pronounce the Italian title.
Like they've been speaking Italian their whole life and shit.
Yeah, that's really fucking weird to me.
People that know I've watched a lot of movies sometimes will ask me, like, well, how do you say this actor's name or this? And I was like, I don't know. I know the actor. I can't.
I know how I see it.
Yeah, in my brain. I
do try to go out of my way and find the right pronunciation. But we got Justin Marino in here. What's going on, man?
Hey, what's up, man?
He's been hitting me up. He hitting those Vinegar Syndrome sales and shit. So Hit You in the Dark came out, by the way,
today. I think today. That's up right now.
If nobody has that, I'd jump on that, dude. If they hadn't already sold out, it might have sold out.
The daily deals have been quite good. Like there's also some stuff that hasn't been out very long that's been on sale, which is interesting to me. I think there's some stuff that they're having trouble moving now, and I'm like, be patient. Like, you'll get a lot of it on sale, especially some of those cinematograph titles that run a little high.
I've grabbed a few, man. I grabbed Psycho Girls today because I watched the trailer and I was like, okay, that shit looks crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Then I grabbed the House. What is that House? The one that came out yesterday, I think. Anyway, I'm blanking. Anyway, I don't hold us up. But anyway, let's see. Ultraviolet says, I'm expecting an order from Caudron Films in the mail tomorrow. I've got the Rat Man and Ruggiero Deodato's Off Balance, a.k.a. Phantom of Death, coming to me on Blu-ray. Yeah, I just got that not long ago too, man. Yeah,
that Phantom of Death release is
the
really
Phantom
good.
of Death.
Yeah, it's an amazing release.
Let's see. Ultraviolet says, I can't wait for that Bravado Giallo box set to drop.
Yes. I'm eager to talk about some of those movies.
I talk shit all the time. I'm like, I ain't getting that. I'll probably get that fucking shit.
I'm gonna get it at some point. I haven't committed to it yet, but I definitely want it. Yeah.
If you have buyer's remorse, it's gonna sell out and you'll make money. So just think of it that way.
Yeah.
Justin Marino says Ripper is one of my personal favorites.
Oh yeah, that is on sale today. And again, maybe my mind's playing tricks on me, but that hasn't been out very long. Yeah. Oh wait, unless you're talking New York Ripper. Are you talking Tom?
He's talking about Savini's.
Okay, I wasn't
the Ripper.
Sure. Yeah.
Or he might be talking about New York Ripper.
Okay. Yeah, well, my bad. The Ripper is on sale right now.
Yeah, the Ripper is on sale. It's not a great film, but
No, but
I've kept away from that sale. I'm still waiting. I got my one coming in tomorrow from Vinegar Syndrome, but I'm still waiting on Severin. I've had no notification off there.
I've been trying to cool
I'm gonna
it a little bit.
Probably quit buying for a month or two.
Texas says, I don't think it's coming down here, but we'll see. Talking about the storms. It just came in. It's been hot as hell. S'mores Indoors, what's going on, man? Good evening, gentlemen.
Hey, what's up, man?
Good to have you here, man. You got cable channel 11. What's happening, man? Shout out.
Yeah. I think Dan's brought all these guys on, which is great, into the chat.
I appreciate it, man. Appreciate y'all coming.
Yeah,
good to see you guys.
Let's see. Appreciate everyone coming out tonight. Yeah. hit the like button if you don't mind.
Hit it. Subscribe.
He was referring to New York. Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, that's definitely better than the Tom Savini movie. But
well, man, I guess before we get into the film, I'm gonna do it a little different this time. I'm gonna go ahead and show a clip, a little example, if you will.
Okay.
And then we'll do it that way. So we're gonna start with House of Witchcraft because that's the first one that was made.
Yeah.
By Umberto Lenzi. So here we go. Here's a little sample for you.
Martha, I asked you where you've been, for God's sake.
Shit.
I'm glad you included Justin Timberlake there getting killed with the shears. That guy just looks like bloody a poor man's Justin Timberlake with glasses.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
So I had a run-in with Justin Timberlake. I have two
okay.
connections to Justin Timberlake. The asshole came into a Planet Hollywood, or it might have been a Hard Rock, I can't remember, but he came in with his entourage, and I didn't get my food for like an hour and a half. And then I dated a girl very briefly who had sex with him.
Oh, hell.
I don't know. I've got like two random connections.
I hope she didn't compare the two of you.
So you got the Timberlake cooties.
Yeah. I don't know if I'd want to know. Like, am I better? Yeah.
No, but so the House of Witchcraft, man, Umberto Lenzi. This was distributed by Reti Alia. Is that how you say it?
Yeah, Red Italia.
Red Italia.
Just say it with conviction. No one will question
it. And the score of both of the Lenzi films are Claudio Simonetti.
Yes.
Great scores. The screenplay is written by Daniel Stropa and Gianfranco Clarisi, which y'all probably know, Cannibal, Holocaust, House on the Edge of the Park. Shit. I mean, it goes on and on. A lot of shit with Deodato, though, right?
Yeah.
And a little bit with Fulci. A little bit with Fulci. But anyway, I'll just give a brief synopsis, man. So this was so Luca keeps having reoccurring nightmares of a decrepit old hag throwing his decapitated head into a cauldron. His wife Marta thinks it's a good idea. They take a break and go on vacation to an old Italian villa to rekindle their marriage that's fallen apart. That's kind of like the setup of the film. So, and this shit was filmed at Dario Nicolodi's uncle's.
Yeah, in Tuscany. Yeah.
In Tuscany.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Tuscan villa.
Yeah.
So
yeah. It does kind of feel like I mean, it's not a giallo, but it's got that kind of giallo setup, who's the witch.
It's definitely a mystery.
Yeah, it has those elements. And you bring up Red Italia. Part of the reason why we really didn't get to see these films is I don't know where in their minds, particularly Fulci, they were thinking like, oh, TV movies. Let's bring in Lucio Fulci and Umberto Lenzi. Like, that there wouldn't be some content issue. It's like hiring Tinto Brass and complaining about all the bare asses in the in the films. Like, you know, you're going to get a little bit of splatter. They're going to work it in. But
definitely, man. Lindsay had a quote. He said, "I made those films as I would have for a theatrical release. I didn't realize I was precluding myself from a career on television. It was the wrong project."
So, yeah.
He also called them
each film
a piece of shit. He hates them, apparently.
Yeah.
And like Fulci, which we'll come on to later, absolutely loves his 2 episodes.
Yeah. Fulci loves his too, you know. But
yeah, that's strange. We'll mention that in a bit. But in terms of this one, so you've got the actors. You've got Andy J. Forrest. He's playing Luke Palmer. I was reading up a little bit about him. He did do Sicilian Connection in 1987. He did a Giallo, Scandal in Black in 1990. But apparently he's a blues singer artist now. So yeah, you've got Sonia Petrovina plays Martha. She did a lot of TV shows. She's a soap opera actress in the US. Just a couple more. You got Paul Muller, who plays Andrew Mason. He died. Yeah. I was going to say Dan would probably know a little bit about him.
Oh yeah.
He died 93 years old.
I forgot to mention also that Lindsay did co-write this on his films as well. So.
Absolutely, yeah. But the ones he did with Franco, She Killed in Ecstasy, I believe. I'm trying to think. So he's got Nightmares Come at Night as well. He did.
Yeah, Paul Muller was a part of some very popular and very well made Franco films from his golden period. Although depending on the viewer, that could be at different points. But yeah. You mentioned Andy J. Forrest, not a notable star by any means, but I do recommend, if you're a fan of Indiana Jones knockoff films, he was in 1986's Kiss of the Cobra with Italian porn star Millie DiBraccio. That one's worth checking out for him if you're a fan of those Indiana Jones knockoff movies. Much like Massacre in Dinosaur Valley. Let's just Indiana Jones and cannibals. Let's just
not a damn dinosaur in the film. Just some bones in one scene, I think. Right?
Yeah, that you get some bones.
Sorry, I was going to mention Maria Comuni Quasimodo plays the witch, and that is actually her real name. Mm-hmm. She was in Nosferatu in Venice, 5 Women for the Killer, All the Colors of the Dark, and The Laughing Woman. So she's a well-known, she's well-known in Giallo circles.
She's great, man. She really is.
Yeah.
Every time I've seen her, I was like, holy shit. I forgot to, I can't pass him off. Giancarlo Ferrando.
Yeah.
Like I said, he did a lot for Martino, but he's really known for like Troll 2. And then, fucking my favorite Giallo, Your Vice is a Lot Room and Only I Have the Key, Violent Professionals, Suspicious Death of a Minor. Like I said, he did a lot with Martino. He had 119 television and film credits, though, as cinematographer.
He did do Door into Silence as well with Fulci, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was a bit, like you say, he's a big Martino guy.
Right.
Private Crimes as well. I remember him, his cinematography on that. But his big ones is Torso, I would say. Yeah, Dirk? Torso and Your Voice.
Torso. I didn't mention Torso, yeah. I'd say he probably mostly known for Troll 2, though, right? When you think.
Which is crazy, but yeah, probably. You do a masterpiece like Your Voice and Torso, and you're known for Troll 2.
And everybody knows Troll 2,
It's sad, but that Troll 2 is almost mainstream at this point after that Best Worst film documentary.
Right.
And then the director of that was like aiming for like a straight film as well. And then it's only recently, or when they did the documentary, he come around and people were laughing at it, and he said it was intentional comedy, which it wasn't. But,
no, Claudia Fragasso and Rosella Drudy. I remember, like they bowed out of an Italian invasion at Chiller at one point because like they were advertising it as Troll 2 everything. Is like I made more than just Troll 2, god damn it. They pulled out. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Let's see. So on this edition, man, you get two pretty good solid special features, I'd say. You get it's Artisan of Mayhem. So you get an interview with the effects artist Ilio Terabili, and I don't mind like listening to him talk because he worked with Lindsay and Fulci. He's got some great stories to tell, man. Like there's one, I guess I'll go ahead and mention it now. He's on the set with Lindsay and Lindsay's like it's gonna be for the other film though. Lindsay's like don't like his idea of how he wants to do a special effect in the House of Lost Souls with the washing machine. And
we'll get to that one.
So he's like, it doesn't matter what you say. Quit saying that I'm talking shit. This is what Lindsay hollers across the fucking set at him. He gets fucking pissed. And he grabs a pair of pliers and fucking throws them at fucking Lindsay. And fucking he said, thank God I missed. Thank God I missed because but yeah, somebody calmed him down and got him out of there and then talked to Lindsay and was like, look, he had a better idea for just shit like that. But anyway, that guy's good to listen to. And this other special feature, and that's like 19 minutes on this one with Elio, and then the House of Professionals has got an interview with the cinematographer Nino Celeste on these. So
okay. Yeah.
It's like 18 minutes, so it's pretty decent for that one.
Yeah,
I think this one has the least amount of special features, by the way,
of all four. Yeah.
Yeah.
With this one, one of my problems with this one was actually Andy J. Forrest, as he plays Luke Palmer. I don't think he's a great leading role, man. He's kind of bland. There's no charisma in his performance. I don't think.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't like his acting at all. Like he's just, like Troy Howard said it best. He said he's not acting, he's reacting.
Yeah.
That's all he does through the fucking film.
He's just dull. Like there's nothing to it's just he doesn't command.
I'm sorry if he's watching, but
Yeah.
part of it, man. But gotta be honest. We're gonna keep it real over here. So.
This is, I think, touched upon earlier with Dan, I think as well. This is kind of a supernatural slasher. If you look at it like that,
but it's got that mystery element too.
It is, yeah. But it's kind of a hodgepodge because you've got the witch, you've got the slasher action going on.
Yeah.
And I don't know. As much as I did like it, I did like parts of it. It's probably at the lower end of this box set for me.
Yeah.
But in terms of all four of these films, the atmosphere, I think the Italians captured, even though it's a TV film, they seem to capture that foggy atmosphere so well. And you've got the reoccurring sort of dream going on in this as well, which we know early on.
Right.
But all the stuff with the witch, I did find as you come towards the end was a little bit predictable. I worked it out fucking halfway through probably. I'm not going to mention what, don't want to spoil it for people.
And this is the only one
brought it down a touch, but yeah.
This is the only one that has a sex scene in it, right?
Yeah, there's tits in a TV movie here.
Yeah. And they're very nice tits as well.
Yeah, Lindsay's
they're primo tits.
Hey, I guess it's cool over there to do that. I don't know.
Well, I don't think it is. I mean, that was part of the problem.
He's like, fuck, I'm gonna do what I want.
That's probably half the reason why it didn't get. There is conflicting things though, because I've heard someone say that these were aired in the 90s on satellite TV, but there's no proof about it.
Yeah, nobody's confirmed that. So I don't know that I necessarily believe it because 90s. I mean, I guess it's been a while since it's been the 90s, but you would think somebody would be able to, I don't know, a TV guide or something to prove it at this point. But Yeah, but Ritalia, and I know I'm going to say that different ways each time, but that company was very, very famous because I mean they had relationships with Paramount and CBS.
Yeah,
they didn't have to worry about making money, and that was I think part of the issues. They saw these and it was just like, oh yeah, no. Red Italia was massive in the 80s. I mean, they just a few years later or 4 years later, I mean, I think they produced like or distributed rather the Sonic the Hedgehog cartoon. Like, all sorts
they did King of New York in 1990.
King of New York, yeah.
They did The Church.
Yeah.
Which is not, not as big, but I mean, like then you had Delirium, Lambaba's Delirium.
Yeah.
Yeah, You'll Die at Midnight. Island of the Fishmen. So,
yeah.
I mean, I'm not really putting them over, I guess. But
yeah, that's gonna come up actually in one of the other films.
Spider Labyrinth. They did Spider Labyrinth.
Great movie.
Nosferatu in Venice. I think we mentioned that already.
Yeah, not so great movie.
Yeah, right.
But Luciano Martino actually was behind doing these because he did that Bravado Giallo series that Dan was on about 2 years previous, and then he contacted them, and he was pretty much, that's Sergio Martino's brother for people who don't know, and he was highly behind the whole project. So I gotta get that in there. Like
Ultraviolence says, Dirk, for some reason I think you'll like Until Death and the Ogre in that Bravado Giallo set. Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna get it, man. I mean, I always talk shit and say I'm not gonna get something, and I end up getting it any fucking way. But
yeah, I mean, not to give away like opinions on those too much, but I mean, there's heavy Scooby Doo vibes.
There's one of these is like that too.
Yeah,
and but Ultraviolence says I really like the House of Witchcraft. I'd like to get my poster for it framed because spoiler alert, it's my favorite movie in this set. Oh shit.
Yeah, he was telling me. He was telling me in the week.
Okay. I'm not, everybody's got their own opinions here. But
I thought this would have been Dirk's favorite.
This is not my favorite. Yeah. But it's not my least favorite either. So
Okay.
So it's not my least favorite of all these. But yeah, I don't know, man.
Do you want to get a little bit more into the story or of this film?
It's up to y'all. If y'all want to, we can.
I could go through it roughly if you want. So you've got this guy, Luke Palmer, and I think he's just come off like a mental breakdown, and he's kind of recovering. His wife
is in like a psych ward, right? In the fucking beginning.
Yeah. They let him out, and his wife's kind of into all this freaky kind of witch fucking.
She's like a super bitch too.
Yeah,
she is. Yeah. And she takes him to this country house to like kind of on vacation to try and, bring him down from all the shit that he's been
As soon as they pull up, like he sees a fucking house that's been in his fucking nightmare.
Exactly. Like, and it makes him fucking 10 times worse, obviously.
Yeah.
You've got the blind pianist. He's a good actor, mind the guy who plays him. Andrew Mason, I believe, played by Paul Muller, we mentioned earlier. You've got all these characters that come into it. You've got the young girl as well, and the boyfriend that you've seen when Dirk played the clip. And pretty much, people just start getting killed off one by one in almost like a slasher scenario.
Murder by numbers type shit.
Yeah. And his reoccurring nightmare where this old hag is like beheading him, keeps playing all the way through the film, in dreams and shit and all that. But yeah, it's enjoyable. It's what I will say.
Yeah, it's not. I don't regret watching any of these. I don't, and I'm glad they're in my collection. I'm glad I got the set. Yeah,
I think. There's issues. Certainly, it's not the greatest script in the world. I mean, you can probably guess who the.
It's got a lot.
Yeah, the red herrings.
Got a lot of the old classic horror tropes as well, like with the gothic, with the like Lindsay really bumps it up a lot with the spider webs and shit,
Oh yeah. I mean, we're at a period at this point where, the Italian horror film was practically dead at this point. I mean, the industry was essentially dead in '89, and I think I don't think these movies really feel like TV movies at all. And not that that's a bad thing. I mean, certainly '70s and then earlier in the '80s, we had some fantastic horror films, but yeah,
it feels like a bigger production, like something HBO would do.
Yeah, you feel like, I mean, we're all fans of giallos, and you look at some of the great giallos, sometimes the sets were just amazing and opulent, and you don't have that so much here. It doesn't, feel as grand, in terms of props and locations, but it works. It doesn't feel like just a cheap TV movie. It's not the best script. I think the husband-wife relationship, you could have expanded on that a little bit.
Like why they fucking are each other's throats like they are?
Yeah, and like you said, you arrive at this place. It's like, let's just find a Motel 6. I'm sure there's a Motel 6 in Tuscany somewhere.
Yeah, why do we got to go to this one fucking place? Like, she's super into the occult and tarot cards, and it's like, okay, she's not the fucking one. Like it's obvious.
No, that would be too obvious. Yeah. But do you know, like I said, like in all these films, there's something really amazing in each, and the one in this is a snowstorm in the cellar. Fuck me, man, that blew me away when I seen, this was done on a TV budget. It's just got the atmosphere, and
I think you're thinking of the other one, right?
I thought it was.
You're thinking of Lost Souls. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
I might be
you're good. You're good. I didn't want nobody saying, "Hey, wait a minute."
Are you sure? I thought it was this one. I'm pretty sure it was this one.
I'm pretty sure it's Lost Souls, right?
Doesn't Elsa, she's down in the cellar? I thought it was this one.
Yeah, this one has some snow when it it turned snow covered.
You sure?
Yeah, I thought it was. Yeah, because I watched it pretty much just as before we come on.
Yeah, you were making me second guess it a little bit, but then I was like, yeah, no, it's
Yeah, it is the one with the
What's in Lost Souls as well then? Because
Yeah, the pickaxe scene and everything, that was
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I'm wrong. My bad.
That's okay.
I'm tripping, man. She gets confusing when you get to doing this.
It does, yeah, when you watch them in a row.
It hits me the worst when I'm doing our Oscar show and I've watched 40 movies.
Yeah.
Something ridiculous.
Oh, shit, I can imagine.
I'll just go off on a tangent and it's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Right. Yeah, I feel like a dumbass now.
40 movies.
You're right. It is this one. Yeah.
Yeah.
But with that Reitalia, they were founded in 1979. Silvino Berlusconi, he owned the company and he went on to be the Italian prime minister. He was like a big Italian tycoon, money man at one point as well. So yeah, they did have all that behind it as well, and some of the big names as well, like you say, Luciano Martino. But yeah, what's your thoughts then, you two guys, on this one? So I pretty much put it out there how I feel.
I'm just gonna tell you, man, this one here is probably, I mean, I can't go no higher than a 5.
Okay.
But at the same time, I mean, a 5 out of 10, by the way. But at the same time, I don't know if it could quite get a 5, halfway either. It's 4.5, I could say. 4.5 out of 10 for me, I think.
Okay.
There's nothing stand out to where I would say you must see this.
Yeah.
Certainly lower tier Lenzi, but I'm not clock watching at all. I think it's paced really well. There's surprising amount of gore and some fun kills in this one. In spite of its flaws, it's one of those movies that's still a really good time. I would give it a 5. I think that's fair enough. It's I mean, and again, obviously the two Lenzi films here, a lot of people haven't seen. And I do think that they're worth a look.
Yeah.
I'm the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm pretty much on the same ballpark as you, like 5 out of 10.
Okay.
Not great, but certainly by no means like a waste of time. It's worth seeing.
No,
like
I wouldn't
all
say that,
Lindsay
but
fans should at least see once, I think.
There's just certain things like with the writing, like you said, it is kind of easy to figure it out.
He had his daughter as assistant director on this as well, Alessandra Lenzi. She was his daughter. She was his assistant director, and Olga Pina was there for the continuity, and she was Lenzi's wife. So we kept it in the family pretty much on this.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Let me run through this chat right quick, man. We got the wild guys in here. Hola, Dirk and Darren and Dan.
Hey, what's up, man?
What's happening, man? And by the way, man, everybody, I got the link to Dan's channel in the description. So, like, just sub up.
Yes.
Go over, sub, and all that good stuff. Definitely.
Yeah.
Let's see. Got Synth Addict in here. Hey, y'all. Looks like a cool box set. What's going on, man?
Hey, what's up, man?
Yeah, Synth, man, does a lot of stuff, of course, like with synthesizers and shit. We're going to have him on the Eurocrypt. We're going to be covering Demons 1, 2, and 3. Well, 1, 2, and unofficial 3, which would be the church. So
very
that would be a good one, man.
Yeah. Right over there, I've got my Demons poster signed by just about everybody, and
holy shit!
Yeah, man, Dan's always making me super
That's
jealous.
Going with Dan when he dies in his coffin. We can roll it up, maybe.
I met
it's always dangerous to angle my camera because, like, I don't want to point it at tits anywhere. But wait a minute. Well, you can kind of see it. You can't really see the autograph.
I see it.
But
I see it.
It's signed by Lamberto and the cast, and Claudio Simonetti's on there, and one of my cooler.
Did you get Argento's daughter to sign it?
You know what? I have her signature. She's not on that poster, unfortunately. I just didn't have it at that moment. But yeah, she's 8 by 10 here somewhere.
Nice.
Oh yeah. And Tex says this is some good stuff. This is some great stuff. Hell yeah, man. S'mores indoors. He says it's no demon sex, but looks all right.
So we on S'mores indoors the other night. If you ever want to watch a horror movie, more like a porn movie, that like plots are thin in some horror movies. I have never seen a plot thinner than this damn movie. Like, it is.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
I mean, I popped in there for a little bit just to say what's up. But y'all check out S'mores Indoors, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everybody in the chat too. Check out everybody's channels in here, man. You got Texas in here. So.
Yeah, please do drop your also in the comments, especially because if you got a channel, some of you I recognize in the chat, but if I don't, I'll sub to anybody. So please drop your links.
Absolutely, yeah.
We got let's see. Justin Marino.
Yes.
Lindsay was a character. Definitely, man. That's just it's kind of an understatement. Let's see. All right. Got Lucio Fulci's The Beyond box for Christmas. Awesome.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Just watch it. Sit down and watch it.
Yeah. Watch it like 3 times in a row.
Has Jess ever covered them on cable channel 11?
No, I don't think that.
I don't think he's done many Italian films, has he? Dan?
No, I don't think so. I'm actually jealous, for people that haven't watched these for the first time. I'd love to be able to watch House by the Cemetery for the first time.
Oh man, yeah. Can you imagine? Yeah.
Oh, shit. That's just fucking or a house with laughing windows and shit.
Yeah, that supposedly I had heard this coming.
You got something coming. Let's see.
That French Blu-ray is amazing. Looks amazing, mine. But it's just fucking. You can't. It doesn't have the Italian, fucking audio with it, which is annoying. But
yeah.
Marino said. Justin says, I grew up on both of their movies. Fulci had a legendary temper.
That was the thing though about that, like Giovanni Lombardo Radice always said, like, a lot of times like he'd get heat for that, but sometimes it was deserved. Like he said, something he just had a no bullshit kind of policy. Like if you were goofing off, or
it's so funny listening to different people talk about Fulci and Lindsay, but like especially Fulci, because it could be black and white. It could be like night and day what they say, man. Like some of them loved him. He was a funny man. He was a genius. Yeah. Other people were like, he's a fucking asshole. He wasn't that much of a genius. I think he's overrated, kind of shit. Like, you know, but
did you realize, like, I know we're going to talk about Fulci a little bit more when it goes on, but
yeah,
a lot of people, when I was reading up on these two films, like said they go to the cafeteria with Fulci and he ate like a pig. He had no hygiene. He wouldn't wash.
He didn't. Yeah, he was dirty. Fucking, he didn't wipe his mouth off and shit. And
yeah,
you know, but some people didn't want to eat with him. I heard Al Cliver talking about that shit.
Yeah, it's crazy. But the thing with Fulci that not a lot of people know, and it wasn't like all his health things were just put down to diabetes at one point, but apparently he had an heart attack, which was brought on by his nephew having mumps, and he was in the same room.
Yeah.
And all this kind of spiraled, and he had the hepatitis through it, and like not many people know that, which is crazy. And it kind of like it's just all his health reasons just spiraled.
We got Steve Mayers in here. What's going on, man?
Hey, what's up, Steve?
Glad to have you in here, man. In my opinion, the Hag Witch is creepy as hell. Ultraviolet said.
Yeah, she's very cool in this. She's a very effective slasher villain of sorts.
Yeah, she's the shit she does is kind of. I was cracking up at some of the parts. Like, you know, I got it in the clip I just showed where she's all like, I don't know what the fuck she's doing, you know, but
yeah, it was funny you're talking like Fulci's eccentricities, and I've heard hilarious stories over the years about one of the funnier ones was the actress Amanda Plummer, who I read a story like she shut down a play because she was distracted by like dust specks in the air, like just little like, and they're like, what do you want us to do? Like, we can't
get a pure air purifier, I guess.
I guess. Yeah, I guess. It's like,
yeah.
Like,
let's
sorry.
see. Ultraviolet says you can show nudity on Italian television, but no penetration. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's interesting to see. Like growing up, nudity, like you weren't getting that, you know, unless you had HBO or something. But then it kind of slowly evolved. Like NYPD Blue here, I think, was one of the early ones where you get some partial nudity, and The Shield. But
we got Russell in here from Parts Unknown, 81, Evening Dirt, Dan. All the best in 25. Just going to listen to guys talk films.
Hey, what's up, man?
Yeah.
All the D's.
Yeah, man.
All the D's, right?
Let's see. Ultraviolet says the house that the House of Witchcraft was filmed at was Dar Nicoloti's uncle's. Yeah,
in Tuscany.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
and that's what something Troy was touching on in there. He said it had to been going through Lindsay's mind, like, because, you know, he was kind of an enemy of Argento, and that was Argento's ex flame and everything. So it had to cross his mind when he was filming there.
I mean, it probably would have worked out well, because at that time, Dario Nicolodi would have hated fucking Argento herself by the end of the late 80s. So
I could see
maybe that's why they bonded, over that.
Yeah. Ultraviolet Snow Scene is the House of Witchcraft. Yeah, I was wrong, man. I was mixing because they're similar, but it's something different in the other one. But
I know what I'm about. Yeah.
Let's see. Ultraviolet says I give the House of Witchcraft a 6 or 6.5 out of 10. I really dig the atmosphere, Simonetti's score, the sets, the cinematography, and the ending.
The dog and cat sequence, not to give it all away, but that was pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely. And like the music as well, which we didn't really touch upon too much, but even though it's recycled, a lot of it's recycled from different films. I think it's fucking decent soundtrack.
Yeah, it definitely does. I'll get more into it on the next film with the Simonetti stuff.
Yeah.
I got quite a bit on Simonetti, man, which that's a great when we get to it. The mayor's in here. He says, just lurking, multitasking, watching the live stream and talking to a friend on the phone. Awesome, man. I appreciate it, man.
Nice to have you. Yeah, man. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Let's see. Real talk. Dank show so far.
You learned to speak Orc over the years.
Okay.
It takes time.
Dank's good? Okay.
Dank's good, yes.
Okay. Let's see. Well, dank was like a slang for weed, I think, right?
Is it? Okay.
I don't know. Fuck, I don't know. I could be wrong.
It
It's
might
been a
be.
while since I smoked and shit. So, but anyway. Let's see. All right, I think I'm almost at the end of the chat, y'all. Cool shirt. Appreciate you, man. Yeah. Burial ground. I figured it was appropriate. So
I've got the same shirt. Yeah, from Severin, right?
Yep, definitely. Fat Pig says the Beyond does get better every time I watch it. Can't wait for the 4K. Wish it was playing in a theater near me. No doubt.
Yeah.
Oh shit, yeah.
Yep.
Have a Fulci festival, really.
And Ultraviolet says, I saw Claudio Simonetti's Goblin live for the first time last month. It was one of the best music shows I've ever been to. Hell yeah.
Nice.
He sent me the clips to that as well, and he put it up on YouTube. Some of the clips. Yeah. Amazing.
Well, cool, man. Well, we got to the end of the chat. Anything else y'all want to mention on House of Witchcraft?
Check it out. Like I said, I was torn between a 5 and a 6. It has its problems, but it's a fun night in front of the TV.
Yeah.
You could do a lot worse.
Yeah,
for sure. And it's an Umberto Lindsay that you probably haven't seen.
Yeah.
So, and I can't see it getting a better release than this. I mean, maybe years down the road or something. But
yeah. I mean, you're kind of at a point where
right, because you never say fucking never, right? Like By the way, these are all 2K restorations, so they're miles different than anything like that you've seen before.
Oh yeah.
I would say go in with low expectations to all of these, though. You're never gonna get Fulci at the top of his game, or Lenzi for that matter, by this time. Right. But go in with low, and I think you'll be okay. You'll enjoy them for what they are.
It was tough. I mean, funding really was drying up at this point, so to just be able to put out a movie of this quality was really hard. 1989. I mean, Michele Soavi somehow, some way was still.
He was the one kicking. Yeah, he was the one. He was batting. He was hitting them out the park.
Yeah, I mean, Cemetery Man. You could argue the last.
I remember seeing Cemetery Man on USA.
Yeah, that one
back in the day.
I don't know how he got it made at that time. I mean, the 90s in general was rough for the genre, and I mean, Italian horror was non-existent in that the 90s.
Well, we're gonna get into the House of Lost Souls.
Yes.
Which this one, man, I gotta say right out the gate, it's my favorite score.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's definitely my favorite score, but I think, it's Claudio Simonetti on both of these, but he's pulling shit from Demons. He's pulling shit from different films, right?
Yeah.
But it's still my favorite. It goes with the film, but I'm going to show a clip and then we'll get into it. Here we go.
Awesome.
Let's see.
I can't stand it anymore.
Hey, just relax.
My God, I had those visions again. I'm so scared I can't tell you.
Hey, the doctors gave you a reasonable explanation. They said that you have psychic powers.
It's probably going to get ugly out. The roads are going to be disasters after the landslides last night.
It's getting late. It's not an awful idea.
No, it's a miserable idea. Because if it starts storming again tonight, tomorrow we are flugeled.
And we could be stuffing our faces with coconuts and bananas, too.
Oh, for a Pepsi and a hamburger slathered in mustard, ketchup, mayo, and pickles. Wow, what a meal, kid.
Who are you? What are you doing here?
see what you mean.
There's an electric wire exposed here. It's a short circuit. It must have been those sparks that set off all the racket down here. Probably set off a little fire too, huh? And because of the heat, the cathode tube in the TV set exploded.
Yeah.
This way!
All right.
Boy, did I want to see that little bastard die.
I just looked at Texas's comment and was fucking laughing my ass off.
Yeah.
I would say like he sounded like he was dubbed by a 40-year-old woman.
Yeah,
it's definitely a woman. It's definitely definitely fucking up there in age as well.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm just gonna put it out there, like this is my favorite of the set, easily. I'd say. Before we start, I had a lot of fucking fun.
well, I'm gonna put it out there too, man. This is my favorite of the set.
Okay.
No shit. No shit. It really is, and I didn't expect that because I always got I got Fulci higher than Lindsay, but not in these, not in this case.
Not my favorite, but it is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
As you see in some of those clips, the washing machine decapitation's pretty legendary.
Yeah.
Like, there's times where I mean this one borders on being a bad movie, and when I say that, not bad as in it's not entertaining as fuck. Just it has some problems.
Yeah, it's definitely got some problems. And I played some of those problems in the clips, like where the dude's explaining how the fucking TV exploded, and I was like, really? Yeah.
This one, I mean, you mentioned dank weed. I guess that's how it kind of feels like. I mean, we got this monk going around like trying to choke people. This kid.
The fucking score though works.
Yeah,
it does for that shit, especially at the very beginning. When the fucking axe is hitting and then like all this shit. Lindsay's throwing everything at you at one time. A fucking skeleton in a wheelchair, fucking tarantula on his face, and a fucking
everything in
kid
the kitchen
crying and shit. Like
everything in the kitchen sink. I mean, this is far removed from like the classic Lindsay Carol Baker Jallows. You're not getting anything like that.
Nothing serious. It reminds me of Ghost House in a way. Like,
it does, but I would put it above Ghost House. Thinking about it, if I had to put the two together now, slightly. But I'm a big fan of Ghost House as well. But it has got that feel. It's definitely got that feel to it.
Yeah, and the whole shit where like I played it in as well in that clip where he's like, "Oh, the doctor said you got psychic powers." Like what the fuck? Like it's just a normal thing. Like, don't worry about it. You're just a fucking psychic. Just get over it. Like
some of the bizarre like things that happen to them while they're at this hotel as well. Like, wouldn't you just fucking go like, early on?
Yeah. Well, the plot. Let me get into the synopsis a little bit, I guess.
Okay.
All right. So Carla is having haunting visions while on a trip with her friends in the mountains. The group are warned of an upcoming storm could leave them stranded because of landslides. They ignore it anyway. They decide to stay at a ghost-like hotel. It's one vacation they'll never forget or remember.
Right, the hotel. I mean, it looks like a house anyway. Because I remember Troy saying in the commentary track, it's kind of confusing why it's supposed to be a hotel or a house or whatever, House of Lost Souls. But it does actually make sense, the title of this. If you think about
The
it.
Shining, but like way fucking lower.
Like, way fucking lower.
But still, I see Lindsay like trying to get that kind of The Shining feel. But like we said, it's not to be taken serious as The Shining would be,
Yeah, just kind of like Kubrick just said, "Fuck it, let's decapitate someone with a washing machine."
Yeah, fucking washing machine gets possessed, and it's fucking great, man. I don't know, but there's some cool kills in this one.
Actually, a lot of very cool kills. I mean, certainly like funny, and maybe not intentionally funny, but this will probably be one that's a lot of people's favorites. Like I can totally
see that.
Yeah, I think this one will connect with slasher fans, and I mean
that chick Laurentina Guardiotti, she became a producer. The girl that gets thrown in the freezer, she became a producer in for Dark Glasses.
That's insane.
2022 Argento's Dark Glasses. So
she hung around
what the hell? That's the only thing I had on actors, though. I promise.
She did. She produced one of her own films, I think, as well, called The Dandelion in 1990, and she was in Spectre from 1987. It's got a decent cast. So you've got Joseph Allen Johnson. He plays Kevin. He was a US actor.
Slumber Party.
Just looking at an amazing filmography, really, in terms of from what we think.
Yeah, he didn't do a lot, but like Iced, I know, was one.
Ice, Sodom as Ghost, Berserker, like you said, Slumber Party Massacre. But he worked a lot in dubbing, and he went into pretty much acting school in New York, and he did a lot of theater as well. I think he was a closeted gay man at the time, and he was kind of struggling with that about coming out. But this has got a really crazy kind of cast, all different in their ways. You've got Hal Yamanuchi. He plays the ghost of Asher. He was a big voiceover actor. Began his career in 1966 doing films and TV series, including he did Craving Desire for Martino in 91, Sinbad and the Seven Seas, The New Gladiators. He was in that. But he was in a lot of these as well, just through his voice dubbing. Emmanuel and the Last Cannibals with Joe D'Amato.
Classic.
Yeah. Oh man, I do enjoy that one. That's kind of a guilty pleasure. But no, there's a pretty decent cast, Charles Borromel as well. People know him from Absurd. Joe D'Amato's Absurd. But he was a big voice dubber, Heroin Busters, The Cynic, The Rat and the Fist, The Big Racket, Kill 'Em Must Kill Again, Don't Torture a Duckling. So I'd say a decent cast, yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
probably one of the better casts of these movies, because there are some lesser known TV actors in a lot of these.
I think the one film that we're going to mention in a bit, though, Sweet Ace of Horrors, actually fucking beats this cast, in terms of genre kind of stalwarts and that.
It's filmed in Pesaro, the Adriatic coast. I wasn't even really sure where the hell that's at.
Okay, yeah.
So. It's definitely, again, all of these movies for the most part are paced really well. There's not a lot of downtime. I mean, that's something Lindsay mentioned too, because he said it was either Lindsay or Fulci, because I'm mixing shit up. They said that they had to film it so he contradicts kind of what he said. He filmed it just like he would a feature film, but then I heard him say also that he had to keep steadily, because the attention span of a TV audience. So they had to constantly be throwing shit at the screen. That's why they did it that way. That's a big thing. I've watched a lot of modern B movies over the years, and it's sometimes it's Jesus Christ, you could cut 20 minutes out of this. You're just nothing's happening. This isn't a particularly deep story. Just cut it down. But these, whether you want to consider them lesser for the directors, they're paced very well. They're entertaining. I mean, the Poltergeist style spook house finale in this one is
brilliant.
A lot of fun.
Yeah. I'd also say it's kind of like a real life Scooby-Doo, right?
Yeah. I think you'll see that even more
because these teenagers, they're not interested in having sex. It's
right. Yeah.
I think on the commentary track, somebody called it the least horny group of teenagers for a horror movie. They're not. Yeah, there's really not a whole lot of that going on at all. They're just
which is surprising because of Lindsay,
Yeah. So I guess this one does have some TV movie elements to it. It's not.
I guess somebody got on Lindsay's ass. You know, it was like, look, you better tone that shit down.
Yeah, it's funny you said that about Lindsay though, because I was reading up again, and Lindsay pretty much at one point used to slag off Spasmo, said it was a fucking really shitty film, but he changes his opinion a lot.
He contradicts himself,
yeah,
all the fucking time.
Well, so does Fulci though. I've seen Fulci do it too.
Well, that was supposed to be a Fulci directed film. He was attached to Spasmo.
That's
initially.
right. Yeah.
So, sometimes I guess the tune kind of changes when it's like, oh wow, people like this movie.
Like Cannibal Ferox. He hated it.
Yeah. Oh, Lindsay hated being labeled as the cannibal guy.
Yeah.
Although
when he started making money.
When people started to call Ruggiero Deodato the cannibal guy, it's like, oh fuck no, I banned from.
I started that shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
What I love to do though, when it comes to like Lindsay's fucking Cannibal Ferox, is go back and watch reviews or like interviews with fucking Giovanni Radici.
Yeah.
And just time the fact that when he's gonna fucking slag Lindsay off, and guarantee to be coming within the next minute or two. You watch an interview. He fucking goes hard on him, man.
Yeah. And then if you hear Lindsay,
good friends with. Go on.
If you hear Lindsay say, he'll say that that him and Giovanni had a great relationship.
Yeah.
Fucking crazy, man.
Giovanni has a autobiography out too that I recommend.
Yeah.
But he I still like when my mom would just be chatting with them on Facebook. I was like, do you have any idea the movies he's been in? And he's like, oh no, I know he was a dancer. I was like, you want to see a clip from Cannibal Ferox?
Yeah,
he's another guy who would never turn down. He would never turn down. Like if you wanted to interview him, because I know, like Dana interviewed him at one point for a fanzine.
Yeah,
I think I spoke to him at least once or twice on Facebook. He was very much into his dog, wasn't he? Yeah, I think he had a pet dog. That
he had a cat.
Big animal lover, obviously.
I'm gonna catch the chat right quick, y'all. Got Caveman in here. Says, hey there, everyone, hit the like button.
What's up, guy? Hey, things, man.
Yeah, appreciate you being here, man. See, sorry for being late. Oh, no worries, man. No worries.
Yeah.
Ultraviolence says, I agree, Dirk. I can't see this set of movies getting a better release than this.
Yeah, you're good. You're very good on the quality, because I mean, again, for me, the Fulci stuff, which we'll get into here, but like that, like, I mean, my God, it's like watching it for the first time.
Yeah, man.
It is. Yeah.
Texas really says that little kid sounds like he's 35. Yeah.
And a woman as well.
And I've never, like, you know, I'm not big on that. You know, I don't condone that kind of shit or anything, but he had to go.
Oh no, that
surprisingly, he's not the worst child actor in this series, which we'll come on to in a bit.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's always fair, because
it's
tough when you're going by the dubbing, but annoying child actors was kind of like common with Italian films. Again, not
gotta be the dubbing, man.
Yeah,
because I've watched Blade in the Dark in the Italian language, and it don't bother me. You know?
Yeah. It's just something like just with the adult voice somehow. It's like, please kill this little fuck.
Or watch House by the Cemetery in Italian. It's way different.
Yeah, there's some great Italian horror films that have annoying kids that just
but they're not as annoying in their native language though.
In the native language, yeah.
But that's part of the charm too, though, when you're watching it in English dubbed, you know. But anyway, let's see that little. Oh yeah, okay. Nice decapitation, since it.
Great. It's great.
And that was the what I was talking about earlier, where Elio Terabili picked up a pair of pliers and threw them at Lindsay because they were arguing. Well, Lindsay was basically saying, "It doesn't matter what you say; it's what I said. I'm the director," kind of shit. And dude lost his shit, but.
So was Lindsay saying that scene wasn't done right? Or
no, he said the way the guy Terabili was explaining it was like he just wanted like a 12 centimeter hole for the camera.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And he was trying to explain that it didn't make sense. He wanted to do something different where it actually showed something that cut the door of the washing machine cutting his head off.
I'm with you. Yeah.
But anyway, it don't kind of make sense when you watch it. Like, you're like, how the fuck did that happen? You know?
It's probably one of the better kills that people haven't seen.
Yeah.
It doesn't really make any sense, but it's
right.
a fun kill.
It's like the microwave deaths when you see that.
Yeah, the mayor says, isn't that the music from Demons? Yeah.
Oh,
it
yeah.
is. It's Simonetti doing the score, and he pulled shit from other films. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Let's see. Ultraviolent says, I kind of like the House of Lost Souls, even though it comes off as a ghost house light to me at the moment. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Okay. All right. Sorry. Yeah. But
like I said earlier, I'd put it on a par with Ghost Days. Maybe, maybe it's going a little bit of a push to say it's better. In terms of the location, so the location of the film was actually used to be like this fascist summer camp. Where like tuberculosis was a big worry at the time. So they used to get all these like Italian young kids and literally teach them like it was the military. They'd have a reason, you'd be up early in the morning. I think they even taught them to use guns at one point. So yeah, I thought that was crazy. That's actually within the location. Yeah.
I want to see the fascist summer camp, brochures.
Yeah,
what that looks like.
Mussolini, yeah, man.
Yeah,
fucking, that's just as horrific as any of the German shit, really, if you think about it.
Yeah.
If you want, man, I can mention some of these special features.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. So this one is pretty loaded, man. I mean, I thought it was pretty solid because you got a 14-minute, and you could tell it's a newer interview with Claudio Simonetti, and he kind of goes through his whole career, like how he started. He was talking about when Goblin broke up. People were tired of prog rock. It was like one of the main reasons why they broke up. That kind of shit. He goes into. I'm not gonna say everything I wrote down here from watching that, but I mean it's a great special feature with Simonetti. But then you got, and that's like I said, 14 minutes, and then on this one it's got that Elio Terribilli where he's telling that story about Lindsay, and he didn't like. He said out of the two that he preferred Fulci than Lindsay. And he said, because he worked with both, and he said that Fulci, that he was the only one that could talk to Fulci. Like, and he said he got it. And he said that Fulci wanted people to fucking insult him. Mm-hmm. And he thrived on people insulting him back. And he said he would, and they went back and forth like that and shit. But other people didn't get that shit or whatever. But I thought it was pretty cool.
Like that, Giovanni Radici, right? He came up with a story. He said about Fulci. He said what Fulci would do on set, first couple of scenes being shot, he would throw a fucking complete tantrum with everyone about the stupidest shit you've ever seen in your life, just to get them all on their toes, and then they, Sorry, Dick, if I cut you off there, man.
No, you're good.
Yeah,
you're good.
Crazy story, really.
Yeah, man. It's just that's another good special feature. It's 18 minutes. Got Elio Terribilli, like I said, special effects guy, which I hadn't really seen a whole lot about him until this release. So another good thing. And then you got damn near hour-long interview, an archive interview with Umberto Lenzi. It's like 52 minutes. It's a career spanning interview. So he covers his whole career. Lenzi loves to talk, and especially loves to talk about himself. So
yeah.
I mean, you could clip somebody that clip some of that interview, and all the best bits would be fucking great to see, like a 10 or 15 minute thing.
It's and it's got two commentaries from film historian Sam Degan.
Yeah.
And then Rod, and then another commentary with Rod Barnett and Adrian Smith film historian and podcaster Lindsay enthusiast. So
both of them are superb. I listened to both. Some of the knowledge they're giving out. The Adrian Smith guys from the UK. I think that Rod Barnett, he does his own podcast, and I think it's all to do with like Italian, horror films and that. Might be Spanish. But no, yeah, those I really enjoyed all 4 commentaries on these. I think there's 3 commentaries.
I'm gonna have to go back and check them out. I couldn't get it's a lot.
I'm surprised because Troy Howarth and Urkelani, Nathaniel Thompson, I think they do like the main 3, and then this last one for some reason they didn't do, but it worked out. They're highly entertaining.
Right, they did 2, right?
They did 3, I think.
They did 3. Yeah. I think Troy did 2. I think Troy was on 2 though.
Troy did 2, yeah, maybe, yeah.
But
no, I think a lot of people are really in for a treat with these. And you said the box set is sold out.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if they're going to do solo releases of these. I hope they
standards.
Do. Yeah, I'm assuming they will. So hopefully people will get to pick them up still. I would imagine these are going to stream somewhere. Maybe you'll get lucky on Shudder or something, but I do think people are going to be very impressed overall.
I think they may have been surprised by how many people bought it. Maybe they weren't expecting it to be as popular as it become.
Because it's sold out, and then they re-released some more, and those sold out. So
no, these.
It's a nice set though, man. I mean, the box is nice, hard box.
I mean, you hear a lot. I mean, this is definitely Umberto Lenzi's last run of horror movies. I mean, Nightmare Beach, Ghost House, Hitcher in the Dark, Black Demons. This is kind of in that wave at the very end. But a lot of people love those movies. Again, if I were to do a ranking, they wouldn't be near the top because Lenzi, my God, like I highly recommend people read the Troy Howarth book. If you're not familiar, like the Polizioteschi crime films, if you're a horror fan and maybe you haven't dived into that, like some of those are more brutal than the Italian
They're
horror.
very horror-like. Yeah.
I think it's like you said earlier, it's a fucking crime that no one really, apart from the people like us, has really seen is crime films. Almost Human is one of the best films, fucking full stop, I would say.
It's definitely genre. My top 5 Lindsay, for sure.
Yeah. I would say it's probably in my top 10 Italian films of all time. I rated that highly. And you've got the scene in that as well that I think.
I think my favorite from Lindsay, though, is 7 Bloodstained Orchids. I mean,
well, I don't think I would agree with that, but yeah, I can see why.
I think it's my favorite. It's definitely my favorite giallo from him. So,
he's a hard one to rank. I mean, because
I've watched a couple of his war films too, man. Shit, man. Like, but Polizioteschi is where he's the strongest at, no doubt about it.
I would say so, yeah. You've got shit like Eyeball as well, which is just so fucking great.
It's a slasher.
It's so bad, but it is.
It's a slasher hybrid giallo, I'd say.
Yeah. Orgasmo, so sweet, so perverse.
Knife of Ice.
Some great stuff, Yeah, Knife of Ice is one of my favorites as well. Oasis of Fear.
Kill.
Yeah.
But yeah, man from Deep River too, man, dude. That one don't get enough.
I need to see that one when we do an Italian stream or something.
It's great.
One. Yeah, that's another one. I've got the poster hanging.
I love it, man. That's to me Ivan Razumov's best role.
Yeah,
for me,
No, he's fantastic in that.
Yeah, he's not a villain, and he's the star in the movie, which is rare for him. He's usually a side villain character of some kind, but.
Yeah,
but
it holds up. It holds up being the first essentially the first Italian cannibal film, and it set the stage, and it doesn't get talked. I mean, Cannibal Holocaust for obvious reasons gets talked about a lot, but branch out from that. There's some great Italian cannibal films. That's one genre I kind of like them all.
Yeah, well, he did Eaten Alive as well, which is another great one.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
We got Russell says Love Demons and Angela's Dance and Bauhaus Song.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. Synth says Absurd cracks me up. Yeah.
I think he's on about maybe Night of the Demons in the last.
Yeah, I think he's thinking Night of the Demons. Yeah. But yeah, Absurd is a fucking trip.
Oh, man. I fucking love Absurd. It's the best Halloween ripoff you'll ever see.
Yeah, man. It is. Absurd is funny. While Wrangler's in here, hey D and guess
hey, what's up, man?
W. Hey. And I got to think about that, man. It's D and D, so triple D on the Dead End Drive-In. The fuck, man? It's like crazy.
We have to review the Chesty Morgan films.
That'd be crazy, man.
Yeah, I have to get into some shit like that. Let's see. Synth says the filler is usually to pad to 90 minutes or so. Most low-budget movies have about 40 minutes of real material or less. Yeah.
I mean, you feel it more, like I say, the modern B movie or particularly slasher film, where it's like you got maybe a solid 70-minute movie. Like you really,
I think so.
You know,
most of these are like I didn't get that. Did y'all get that? How long these movies? They're around an hour and a half though.
Yeah, well, these play fine at 90, but you like a lot of modern ones now. I'm just like, cut out some of the bullshit. You don't have to hit 90 minutes anymore. Like, just, if it's an hour, it's an hour. It works.
Or some of these fucking new movies, like fucking 3-hour fucking shit. Like, get the fuck out of here with that shit.
These range anything from 82 minutes to 89. I was reading.
I'm getting too old, man. My bladder can't hold up in the theater for fucking 3 hours.
No, man. Wait till you hit 50, it'd be even worse. But
I'm like, I don't know your guys' theaters, but the AMC that I go to 2, and they're the recliners now. Man, sometimes I have to take a nap beforehand because it's so easy to fall asleep and those things.
Yeah. I got this Cinemark, Tinseltown, where I go, and they got those nice recliners. You lay back, and you can drift off. Yeah.
It's dangerous. It's easy to doze off.
Yeah.
You think they'd have worked out something where they can give you an option to piss in a cup or something for these long films where you don't have to go in and out?
Or like those 3-hour movies should have a fucking inner. What is it called?
Yeah, some little revolving door on the seat, and so where you can just piss into a cup and.
Yeah, it's actually funny. My Lauren at Visited by Voices Network, he was seeing an Indian film today that actually had the intermission, which Indian films tend to run long.
Oh, the intermission, that's what I was thinking of.
Yeah, I don't.
I took my mom to go see Gone with the Wind, and it still had the intermission.
Yeah, it's kind of like when you hit like 3 hours, it's like I'm gonna have to take a piss. Like, so that's a good idea if it's a longer movie like that. And
let's see, Lindsay interviews crack me up. Yeah, no doubt. And Fulci too. Shit.
Yeah,
both of them are the best to me.
Yeah.
Like Martino's a real nice guy, so he's not really gonna say too much crazy shit.
I don't
like
know.
Fulci and Lindsay,
like I don't know Sergio Martino. I mean, I've met him.
Yeah.
But just like kind of observing him, he seems like just a very mellow.
Yeah, he's real laid back. Argento too in his interviews. He's not.
Argento will talk shit though.
He will talk shit, but he's not like Fulci and Lindsay.
No.
Argento just seems like in that last Panico documentary, he seemed a bit cranky, didn't he? I know he's getting up there in age and that, but he's like he'll never give anyone credit. It's well known. He won't even give his fucking Darren Nicolodi credit on half the things she did. So, but yeah, that's just the way he was, or the way he is, I should say. Hopefully, he's with us for a lot longer, Because isn't he doing a film at the moment, or he's?
I know he's got one more.
He's writing something, wasn't he, Dan? Or?
Yeah. After Glass is I was really happy. I didn't want to see him go out, like he was kind of going. And
what was the last one with that? Before that
Dracula 3D.
3D, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad he did Dark Glass.
I'm an apologist for a lot of his stuff, but like when Dracula, I'm like, oh my God, like I can't. Like
you can't.
I knew like at that point, I'm like, this is probably not going to be, if I were around in the 70s and heard Dario Argento was doing Dracula, I'd think like this is about to be the greatest fucking horror movie of all time. Like at that point, I wasn't expecting that, but like that cast, and then I sit and I see that thing, and I'm just like, this is a fucking crime.
Rutger Hauer, you're like,
I'm
thinking the best shit.
You got Thomas Crashman from Stendhal Syndrome, Asia Argento. You'd think on paper that it would be a good thing.
Yeah.
And again, like any Argento film, there is one or two little things in there, that you can pull from, but not much with that one. I'm a big fan of Giallo, the one he did before that, just like as a pure fucking comedy. I see that. Me and Dirk covered it in the past. It's fucking great if you see it as a comedy.
You got Jimmy the Lip in here. He says, I still got to watch Blade in the Dark. Yeah, man.
Oh, man. That's a great one. Yeah.
I say watch it both ways. Watch the English version first and laugh your ass off, and then watch it in Italian and see how different it is. It's way different. Completely.
I'd watch it with Tenebrae as a double feature. I think those two go well.
Yep. Let's see. I have Russell says I have auto translate on our telly.
Okay.
Awesome. Hope there ain't no telling how it's putting my words across.
I was gonna say mine's probably all over the fucking place, man.
Ultraviolet says, in my opinion, the dubbing's pretty bad on the child actor in the House of Lost Souls, but it kind of adds to the silly charm of the movie. Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
And it's everybody's like laughing at him like attaboy and shit, every time he says something,
And what's all that shit early on when he's like on about Kojak and shit? Like it doesn't make no sense how a kid that fucking age would know Kojak and like it's crazy.
Let's see. Recycling scores and tracks is common. Tangerine Dream did it a lot. Yeah. I'm sure, man.
I actually don't mind some of the recycled scores. I mean, when you hear Body Count's theme coming back at you, like I fucking trip like Mark out a little bit for that.
Synth says Fascist Summer Camp is a good band name.
Yeah, there you go.
That would be a good film name as well.
Trademark that.
Huge Tangerine Dream fan. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Give us 10%.
Yeah. Let's see. All right. That Simonetti interview is really good. Yeah, definitely, man.
I do want to see Goblin. I'd like to see them live. But
I'm surprised you haven't, Dan. I thought you may have seen.
I'm not a big concert goer, to be perfectly honest, but that would be
or Fritzy, Fabio Fritzy.
Yeah.
The
good thing about
I actually prefer Fabio Fritzy than over Goblin. And
oh god, I wouldn't go that far. But I was going to say that the good thing about that is there's not going to be a lot of people there.
Yeah.
So you're not going to be fucking, if you kind of get a little bit claustrophobic, it's not going to be so bad.
Ultraviolet says, I need to watch that Lindsay interview still. Yeah, man. I'd say go for it.
I'm going to watch it, yeah.
All right, I'm going to pause the chat right here. All right. Yeah. Y'all chatting it up, man. I appreciate it. Appreciate everybody here. If y'all think about it, if you like what you got, like what you're watching and stuff, man, sub up to Dan, man. Flesh Wound Features, man. They cover a ton of shit, dude. Like it's insane the shit they cover over there. It's like
it's gonna get busy.
And also we do the Dead End Drive-In with Dan on Visited by Voices Network. So, check that out, man. We cover a lot of
we
just did on next episode, didn't we? It's just gone up, yeah.
Zombie Lake and
Oasis.
Oasis.
Oh yeah, I was saying Oasis of Fear, and I got it on the mind.
Oasis of the Zombies, or is that what it is?
Yeah. Some real crap.
Yeah, some real shit, man. But check it out.
I'm surprised of all the episodes to come on, Lorne come on for that one. I would like to Lorne come on for for maybe like Haze of Laughing Windows or maybe a Martino show, which I'm sure hopefully he'll do. Like, but
we'll
kind of
that.
funny that was.
Yeah, it was random, and I was thinking like, wow, all the shows.
yeah. It's kind of wasted on a show like Aldo, because his opinion's brilliant. I think.
Yeah.
So what do y'all rate this one, man?
I'm gonna be
Lost Souls.
I'll be a little more generous and give it a 6. I mean, again, maybe for some of the wrong reasons, but
yeah.
Killer artwork on these, by the way, man.
Oh yeah, beautiful artwork.
But that's just the cherry on the top. That ain't the fucking reason to buy the shit, in my opinion.
Yeah.
In terms of, for me, this is the best. This is a 7, 8 to 10. It's never boring. It goes to like fucking really good kind of 100 miles an hour pace.
And this Simonetti score, shit.
Yeah. If you like watching decapitations a lot, then this is probably a good film for you, because that's all you get throughout. But no, got a strong 7. I'm surprised by it, really, because I had seen it before. I didn't think I'd like it as much as I did, but yeah.
Well, cool, man, because this is my favorite of the set as well. And I think I got to give this a 7 out of 10 as well. So.
Oh shit! So we're identical then. The first two, which I didn't see that coming.
Yeah, House of Lost Souls. I didn't see it coming either. I was thinking it was going to be Fulci, but in this particular sense, man, that's my number 1 of the set. Okay. So, but well, shit, man, y'all want to get on to Sweet House of Horrors?
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'll go ahead and show a clip, man.
Let's see it.
So I got 2 clips for this one. So I'll show one now, and then I'll show one later. So that's how we'll do that.
Okay.
All right. Here we go. All right.
I know it's blood. I can tell. It hasn't even congealed. I can't take any more of this. Not one single day.
You mustn't cry. Uncle Carlo and Aunt Marcia aren't bad people. They're simply idiots.
Oh, I know that, Marky. Only I'm sick of being all alone here.
I mean, it's not easy. Sarah, I had a dream just now.
You know, I did too. But these are real. They're real. They're really here. Look, now they're coming close to
Oh, man. That one shit where the kid's like, he's looking in the wrong place.
Yeah.
Boy, does this one open up and set the stage for something you're not going to get.
Yeah, that scene where dude's getting hit with the fucking bludgeon with the pipe thing reminded me of, Don't Torture a Duckling with Florinda Balkan getting hit with the chains and shit.
Yeah, this is a weird movie.
Yeah,
it really is. The tonal shifts are wild in this one. I mean, we kind of kick it off. It's like, it's some old school Fulci, ocular trauma.
Yeah, right out the gate. A couple, like, I'll read a little synopsis right quick.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
A fun night of a young couple turns to turns to brutal, vicious deaths as they return home. A burglar beats them viciously as he's found in the home. He puts their bloodied bodies in white sheets into their car, then burns the evidence and sends them with the car over the cliff to make it look like an accident. Roberto and Mary's kids are cared for from Marcia's Mary's. Damn, I'm mixing shit up. Mary and Marcia. They're cared for from her sister, basically, and then and she notices the kids' behavior mixed with strange happenings in the house. She's insistent something needs to be done. So, yeah, I don't know. Hopefully
I thought this was no, that's okay, man.
Sound like I was having a stroke there for a second.
This one I thought was going to be my favorite, and it's not. It's my second favorite. I fucking had a lot of fun with this one as well.
Oh man,
I think the two Fulci films to come, and I've got probably notable more scenes to talk about, and than the two Lenzi. But no, I don't know. I'm in the minority from what I've been reading online. The people didn't like this one. I think
this one great. I'm just gonna say right now, this is my least favorite.
Ooh,
of the set.
Yeah,
mine too.
The little kids shit don't work with me. Like, I don't know. It's just, but
don't you find that, like, go on.
But saying that, Fulci, I know his thing about with the kids because he put it in several other films, like House by the Cemetery. He there's a quote from him. I don't want to say it wrong, but he basically saying that kids are monsters.
That's
right?
Yeah.
So I don't
That's
know.
what this film reminds me a lot of House by the Cemetery, especially the young boy. Kind of looks like Bob a little bit.
And I love Cynthia Monreal. I love her. And if y'all didn't notice, that's the chick from that's the chick from The Beyond. She plays the blind woman, Emily, or Helen Keller.
She was in the Stendhal Syndrome as well. She plays, I think, the killer's wife in the Stendhal Syndrome. But you've got Franco Dionigi as well, and he's also in the Stendhal Syndrome. But people know him as the big fat guy from Strip Nuclear Killer. He's like fucking every time. He's like almost like a comedic actor. Yeah. And there's a scene later on.
Yeah.
You're talking about the guy that's trying to buy the house.
Yeah, who burns his hand, which is fucking great. There's two scenes with him that I love. Like when he burns his hand, the way he fucking screams is like just so funny. But that whole fucking bulldozer scene at the end is like a fucking version of Benny Hill or something where they sped up. I was just laughing my ass off. They're trying to make it out to be possessed.
Well, Fulci, he broke his contract with Alpha Cinematographica.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And so like not many producers was gonna mess with him because he fucking broke contract. He didn't honor the shit he was supposed to do. So for like 3 years, I think it was 3 years, Fulci didn't do films. So when he was brought into this, he was like super excited to get back in the director's chair, So
yeah, it's a very bipolar film. Like it's kind of all over the place in terms of tone, and it's a weird one. I mean, this one for me really is like low on the Fulci ladder of films. I'm not a
that surprises me. That surprises me.
It is, man. For me too. Now it's got a couple cool scenes.
It does. Yeah, it's like, not all bad.
One of the scenes I showed is one of them. The opening is fucking great. Like
the opening is bizarre compared to what comes later, because this is at times bordering on like a children's film in a strange way.
It is. It really is.
Yeah.
Something you'd see on like picture like some kind of version of Disney in Italy.
Yeah, like a fucked up Disney movie. And it's interesting. It's one of those movies I keep thinking maybe I'll warm to it more on more watches. I haven't quite gotten there. I mean, the cinematography by Sebastiano Celeste is impressive. He was known for he was specifically known for his TV work, The Octopus, which was a massive hit in Italy, and that actually got exported to different territories. You know, it has its moments. It's one of those movies, like, I mean, the kids are like assholes as usual in Italian films.
It's a really cool shot when they're going to the funeral, though. There's a really cool shot where you see it from the kids' point of view.
Yeah.
The aunt and uncle's like walking, and you get a weird vibe at the beginning because they're smiling at them and they're going to a fucking funeral. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
It's all over the place, just the characters. And I mean, it's still fun to watch. I mean, watching them mock this poor fat guy who's like a cripple now because they're just, again, couple.
They call him sausage or something, don't they? They keep calling him sausage.
Sausage is gonna die or something.
And he falls down the steps.
They're calling their aunt,
the kids say
their aunt and uncle idiots.
But I gotta mention Guido, the character Guido was played by Lino Salim, and he was like a Sty Stallone. I've mentioned him on this channel many a time. Look-alike. He was in Demons, Demons 1, Demons 2, Delirium, Demonia. So he had a big pedigree. He's unmistakable when he comes on screen as well. Even as the mass killer at the start, I could tell it was him straight away. Knowing
if you look close, and I mean, I don't know if y'all notice this, but
his eyes.
Of course, me editing, I'm gonna see more shit because I'm having to do that shit over and over. But he's got his fucking mask up, and when he's banging his fucking head against the thing, I was like, "What the fuck?" And then the next, it's like continuity error, you know, like that's just little things I noticed.
Probably, yeah.
But and he's got his mask up when he's about to push the car, and I was like, "Okay."
This kind of drops the whodunit pretty quick.
Yeah. But you kind of can figure that shit out right out the gate, I think. You know?
Yeah.
And it's just the way he's so fucking ruthless. He puts the car over the cliff, and then he turns up at the funeral giving his sympathies. Man, it's just fucking great. I think the atmosphere in this as well, with the foggy, because they're all in all of them. They got this fog.
Yeah, I mean, it's got some really great shots, creative shots, man. Like with the dolls hanging and shit in the attic, and Cynthia Monreal, she's fucking great. Like
she's brilliant at everything. You got that toy fucking fly that like the eyes light up at the start. That's typical Fulci in every way. I love that part as well.
But
Fulci was the comedy guy before he was the horror guy, and you know there's a lot going on in this movie. I'm not. It doesn't quite work for me, but it's interesting.
I heard it somewhere. Like I'm not sure who said it, but I was reading a lot of stuff on this, and like they noticed, like they wondered if like Fulci's like, because the theme is the kids missing their parents and shit, right?
Yeah,
and he was like wondering if this was like something personal with him, like missing someone, you know.
It kind of felt that way.
He grew up without a father, didn't he, Fulci?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like people that passed on, you know, coming back, that kind of idea,
right?
So
yeah,
there's that, but it's just as far as like, I don't know, man. It's got some good qualities to it, but I don't know.
I think he made it lighthearted though, more than House of Clocks.
Yeah, he knew it was made for TV, but
exactly. I think.
I don't know. There's still some fucking bloody shit in here.
There is, no. That's why it's got such a charm about it with me that I can take the comedy elements in it as well, not take it too serious. But even the fucking mass killer at the start, that Sly Stallone lookalike, he fucking admits to doing it. He just comes out with it and just admits to doing the crime at one point.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. The writing is just off the wall in this one.
Yeah. I'm not as harsh as some people, because I know some people out there that really fucking hate this movie. But
shit.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go there. It ain't that damn bad.
No, it's not that bad. I just
it's just my least favorite out of the four.
Yeah.
And so I wasn't sure, like I thought I wrote that down, but was Fulci co-writer on this one? Do y'all know?
I think so. Yeah, I think he was.
Okay.
He wrote both of his episodes. Or
You
he
got
certainly had, yeah.
Vincenzo Menino. He basically he did and Gigliola Battaglini. Shit.
Right.
Phantom of Death is one of them that they did. New York Ripper, Murder Rock. They collabed on some of these. Violent Naples, The Antichrist from 1974, The Tempter. And Five Women for the Killer, which is not a great giallo, but
no, it's one of the worst.
Yeah.
Phantom of Death was originally gonna be the New York Ripper at one point.
Okay.
Yeah,
I remember
it was the same storyline. Yeah,
I remember when we did that every stream. Yeah. So, but yeah, holy shit, dude. I'd say this is Fulci's resurgence, though, like because then people saw that he was going to make true on his contract, and then he started getting other, after this.
Yeah, that's true.
Was it Demonia after this, right? After these two, anyway.
Yeah, I think so.
Demonia, yeah 1990.
Demonia, not completed. A lot of people say.
Yeah, well, I've even heard him say it. Yeah,
no, and you can tell when we reviewed it. There's
I've seen
don't make sense.
That Arrow release is loaded with shit, and he was talking about that on the interviews. He said the producers basically fucked him over on that.
Oddly enough, I kind of like Demonia.
I do too. I like. I'm not gonna say love, but I like Demonia a lot.
Yeah.
I think I'd put Demonia over this one for sure.
Yeah, I would.
But his daughter had she was credited as his assistant cameraman at one point, Camilla. And what I was reading up about her as well is she suffered some real trauma as a child. She fell off a horse. And she recently died, I think, a few years back. But he was trying to get her involved in the creative aspect of the film. And I think everyone knows about Fulci's wife, Marina, who committed suicide in 1969. She was given a terminal cancer diagnosis, and that's what made him go on then to make Don't Torture a Duckling. But he had to bring up his two daughters, man, on his own. He had it fucking rough, man. Reading that Troy Howarth book about Fulci, at times it can be quite, a hard read to realize what the guy was going through personally. And
he was in severe depression.
Yeah.
He was just not a very happy man. But then I hear other stories where he's cracking jokes and shit, and a lot of people didn't get his humor, right? But
I didn't see a lot of the humor in this movie. I mean, it's probably one of the happier Fulci movies.
Oh yeah, it might be the happiest Fulci film.
Yeah, if such a thing exists, I was like, this is
fun with Fulci.
The lighter side of Fulci.
I can definitely see where you're coming from, though, with the child's aspect. It's like a child's kind of fucking spooky tale.
It is. Like an episode of Goosebumps or some shit.
I know people were slagging off the two flames of the parents, the spirits of the parent. I thought that looked actually okay, to be honest.
I've seen,
it's not fucking mind-blowing. Right?
It's the kid, the boy, though, I think. He's looking in the wrong fucking place.
Yeah.
That kind of fucks it all up. But he's all looking like something, I ain't gonna say, but anyway, holy shit, dude. I can get into special features if you want.
Sure.
Yeah, man, go for it, man.
All right. So you got a great interview with Cynthia Monreal, Sweet Muse of Horrors, and it's almost 30, it's 28 minutes, 55 seconds. Then you got Fulci House of Horrors interview with set designer Massimo Antonello Galing. That's almost 17 minutes. And then you got editing for the Masters interview with editor Alberto Mariani, 18 minutes and 5 seconds. And he's a great editor, from what I understand. I think I'm trying to remember who he said. No, I'm mixing him with somebody. Never mind. And then you got an archival interview with writer Gigliola Battaglini. That's only 3 minutes. And then you got a 48-second introduction with Cynthia Monreal when she was younger. It's archival as well. And an archival interview with her. It's almost 7 minutes. So you get a lot of Cynthia Monreal on this release. Then actor Jean-Christophe Bretignier. It's like a 4-minute archival interview. You get a archival interview with actor Lino Salim, 10 minutes and 55 seconds. And then another archival interview with actor Pascal Persiano. And then that's like 4 minutes. And then you get the archival trailer, which is 4 minutes and 40 seconds. So, yeah.
It's pretty packed then. So I was going to ask what you guys thought of like the ending as well, when it gets fucking completely ridiculous with the old exorcist coming in. And then you've got the fucking, the way it ends. I'm not going to like say how it ends, but that one shot is just, you can, I don't know. I kind of lapped this up, really, to be honest.
Yeah,
I'm not going to convince you guys. I know that I'm not even going to try, but
it's just not like I was expecting something else, you know. Like,
someone in the chat fucking help me out here, like, and
let me get to the chat, man. I've been neglecting the chat. Hold on, let me get through the chat right quick, and then let's see. We got Raw Wrangler. He says, I worked with a guy who talked to himself in the third person. Oh man.
Oh shit.
I've been around people like that. It's a trip. Let's see. At Fleshwound Dan, standalone releases for these movies are coming soon through Caudron Films.
There you go.
Okay.
I was very happy to get this set, but I'm glad people will have a chance to pick these up that missed it.
Yeah, the more people, the better to see them, I think.
Let's see. Wild Wrangler says, question.
Let's see. Go for it.
Yeah,
let's see. Justin Marino, Almost Human is his masterpiece.
It's up there, I think so.
You could argue he has a handful of those, but that's definitely one.
I give The House of Lost Souls a 5 or 5.5 out of 10. It could even go up to a 6 for me on my next one.
Kind of on the way I'm thinking. Yeah.
Okay. Man from Deep River. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's a good one. Man from Deep River's really fucking good. It's a beautiful film. Yeah. Especially there's a scene where this cannibal woman, her husband dies, and so they burn him, and then the ashes, somebody else, she's got to get a new husband, so he has to have sex with her in the ashes of her dead husband. I was like, holy fucking shit. That's fucking crazy.
Is it, would you say, better than Cannibal Ferox? I know they're probably two completely different.
It's completely different. It's not what you think. It's
different.
It's a cannibal film, but that's like the backdrop. You know what I mean? It's not the focus.
Okay. It's like a jungle adventure, is it? Or
it's a pretty serious film, man.
Yeah.
It's pretty serious.
It still delivers on the nastiness, but
it does, but it's not like other cannibal films. Like
no.
It's way more serious in tone, I think.
It is.
Right.
It is.
Right.
But let's see. Man from Deep River. Okay, I read the question. Best in y'all's opinion, Fulci or Lindsay? For me, it's Fulci. But Lindsay's right there. I mean, but Fulci's my third favorite director too. So, like,
I mean, you can make an argument that Lindsay is more diverse. Like, he's certainly done a lot more. I mean, not that Fulci, of course.
They about the same kind of.
Yeah, like, I mean, Contraband is fantastic, but that answer could vary. If you're not a big horror person, then it's probably Lindsay. I mean, I'd have to go Fulci just because.
Yeah,
you know, I mean, it's tough because there's that run when a significantly long run where
they've done a lot of the same type of films. Like, you got spy films. You got, I mean, I think Lindsay might got Fulci on the action part.
He definitely does. Yeah.
But the spy films, Fulci's done some of that. He's done the comedies. He's done dramas. He's done period pieces, westerns. You know, like it just goes on and on, man.
Yeah.
Jolly, fucking great. Jolly from both. I mean, it's hard, but I got to go Fulci for sure.
I would go Fulci, but it's a lot fucking closer than what people would think.
Yeah.
Lindsay, you know, certainly like discovering some of his crime films now for the first time in the past 12 months or so.
Right.
He's rising, you know. But like with Fulci, I think Martino, I like Sergio Martino a little bit better than Fulci, but Fulci's like my number 3 and Argento's top. So Lenzi, I would say, and Diodato are fighting maybe for 4th spot, really.
Martino, like in terms of his Giallos, does not.
Oh man, I love them films. Yeah,
credit. Like he's like right there.
Well, top tier for me is definitely when it comes to Italian cinema is Mario Bava. So
Bava might be the best horror director ever because he was also a jack of all trades. He was doing it all, and I mean, again, I'm a broken record with it on Flesh.
Yeah, me too. Like I know people probably are tired of hearing.
I'm not. Like, I'm a big Bava fan, but not as much as you like. Certainly not as much as Dirk. And he would probably, I've seen that. You know, I just put him in my top 5. He'd probably be around about fighting for that 4th spot as well. So maybe a freeway.
Mario never made a bad movie. Like,
no, exactly. Yeah.
And that's
I can see he's not for everyone though, because you've got to be into that like gothic look and the early 60s, you know, stuff really. But I can see why people don't, you know, the generation of today would not be into Bava.
Russell says, not horror, but I'm watching The Frozen Ground with Nicolas Cage, Jack Halcombe as a state trooper, John Cusack as a serial killer.
Okay. I've heard that's like a slasher film from what
it's based on an actual serial killer. Yeah, that's a decent little movie.
We got Ultraviolent says Spasmo's probably my favorite Lindsay film that I've seen at the moment. In my opinion, it's a great mindfuck of a film. Yeah, it is.
Underrated film. Yeah.
Damn good one.
Yeah. Lindsay did.
Spasmo's good as well. Yeah. Let's see. Love the film. Let's see. I'm 40. Triple D.
Triple D. There you go. Make a t-shirt.
I'm an old classic, 68. I hear it. Hell yeah. That's what's up. Great year, Night of Living Dead. Hell yeah. Yes, I didn't mind Tom Savini's remake. Okay.
Ooh,
my father's 74. Let's see. Hobo with the Shotgun is a Canadian film. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Guarini from Goblin worked with Fritzi. Okay. Yeah, see, Synth knows all that shit. When it comes to the scores and music and all that shit, that's his wheelhouse for sure.
Man, that's going to be a good episode when he does the Demons film.
Be a good show, man. Let's see. Flesh Wound Dan, have you received Circus of the Dead 2014 on your channel? Have you reviewed?
I mean, that's pre-YouTube. I did review it back in the audio blog talk days. Yeah. It's good. It is a good movie. It's a gem.
Can anyone get hold of those old shows, Nathan, from blog? So,
you can get the Flesh Wound stuff. I mean, if you're going back to like Creep Show Radio and Horror Theater Radio, not now. It's not to say some people don't have it downloaded. It's probably in 2025. It's better. Some of that stuff doesn't.
It's lost podcast. Yeah,
not necessarily lost. I mean, it's kind of a question mark. It can be retrieved, but yeah, there's probably some stuff on those that better doesn't exist now.
Russell says, "Wanted Dead or Alive" is a sequel with Rutger Hauer and Gene Simmons. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Great stream and film talk. Dirk, Darren, Dan, and chat. I appreciate it, man. As always.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Thank you.
And I'm gonna pause the chat right here, y'all. So cool. So, man.
Did we rate this? This one?
No, we haven't rated this one.
Okay. I don't want to jump the gun.
So, Sweet House of Horrors, man. I'll let y'all go first. Whoever.
Go on, Dan. Go for it.
I've never been particularly warm to this movie. I got to give it a 4.5.
Okay.
Damn.
Yeah, sorry.
No, for me, it's the second best of the four.
Yeah,
it's kind
it's
of a very, yeah. It's like an entertaining 6 for me. I just love like the whole kind of them being stranded in this hotel and just the atmosphere. I like the cast as well, even though you got to take it with a pinch of salt, some of the comedy kind of acting and shit. But no, I mean I like it. I was getting it mixed up there with the hotel one, but yeah.
You fuck! Look, it could be a pile of shit out of somebody's asshole.
But I think it's definitely got the best cast, I would say, out of the 4.
Yeah, good cast. I agree.
House of Lost Souls might edge it out on the cast for me.
I was thinking of House of Lost Souls as them for a minute when I was talking about that. Cause,
I remember when I lost my mind. Yeah.
That is not from a movie.
That's a clip from Houses of Doom. Fucking one of the episodes.
Deleted scene.
Deleted scene, yeah.
Oh man, but yeah. So I guess I gotta give it a 4 out of 10, man. That's
Oh shit. So this is obviously both of your least favorite of the series.
It's my least favorite of the bunch.
Yeah. But again, the best of Fulci. It's hard to top it. This is just yeah.
Yeah. And then I do got one more clip though to show. So
okay.
Yeah.
Sarah, even the wind is mad at him. Mama said this is our house and no one can take it away from us. Right. Mr.
My hand!
Come anymore! I'm going blind!
Weit sind eure bleiche Gräber. Dwellers in the shadow, it's without peace. I order you to leave. You are not welcome among us. Profaned your tombs, have disturbed our rest. Will not allow you to stay here any longer. Will be thrown down by the force of my will. Habt ihr keine Erlaubnis hier zu bleiben? Unsere Wut euch fernab vertreiben. Oh, spirits living in this place, now order you to appear.
Are you scared too? Die!
Children. What did you put in your pockets? Saw you do it. See? Yours.
You gotta love that final shot, man. That final shot.
It was an ending.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't. This is probably still a movie. Maybe I don't get it. Maybe I just don't get it.
Yeah, it's some high brow shit, man.
The way he screams then when he burns his hand, though, is so funny.
Yeah.
It sounds like that could be the actual guy, the actors. Maybe he dubbed his own voice because I'm trying to think that he maybe sounds like that in Strip New for Your Killer.
Yeah,
I may be off on that.
Might be the same guy that dubbed him in Strip New.
It could well be. Yeah, it could well
Right.
be. Probably is actually. Yeah.
But yeah, that's Sweet House of Horrors, man. I mean, 4 out of 10 is bad, but I still check it out. I'm glad I got it in the collection.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's a Fulci, so
I'll buy Fulci's early musical stuff. I'll buy it if they make it available because it's Fulci.
Yeah.
I mean, a bad Fulci film is better than fucking most anyway.
I still want to see the eroticist, So
yeah.
We'll might have to cover that one on the dead end.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Well, you have to let us know in the chat stuff you want us to cover on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Let's see. I'll get back to the chat let me catch the chat up, and then we'll get on the last one, man. House of Clocks.
Yes.
Yeah. So All right. Let's see. Far Out, man. Let's see. In my opinion, The Sweet House of Horrors is unwatchable in English. The dubbing on the child actors is the same of the worst that I've ever heard.
It is bad.
Yeah,
it is bad. I will say. Sure. Yeah.
And Texas says, "Hey, it's the Dark Slipper."
Yeah. Sweet House is very quotable. I'll give it that. Like, I remember when I first reviewed The Greasy Strangler, and I'm like, I didn't particularly like the movie, but I'm like, I quote it all the time. So
right,
something.
So it's got something going on.
Yeah.
You never know. You guys might come back to it at a later date and like it a little bit more, hopefully.
Yeah, it's possible. It's still a movie like I can see having a good time watching it with people. Like on S'mores and Doors, we just watched Demon Sex and blast. It's probably one you should just watch with friends, though.
I would recommend to check out the Troy Hayworth commentary as well, because fucking that guy's amazing.
Oh, I will, man. I definitely will. It's just we split duties on this one, so I was like, well, you get the commentaries and I'll cover the special features and shit. So,
but if you do get the urge to watch it down the line, stick the commentary on. I think you'll like it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, next time I watch them, I'll be putting commentaries and shit on, for sure. Mayor says, "Wow, it's two Bobs. Those kids' dubs are fucking awful."
That's one thing I can't defend is those kids' fucking dubs. They are horrendous, man.
I think everybody agrees. So, in my opinion, the opening murder scene, first 10 minutes of Sweet House of Horrors is pretty damn good. Yeah,
definitely. It doesn't quite live up to that.
I wish it did. I wish it did. I wish it was more of that, you know.
Right.
You can almost argue like maybe if it didn't have that opening. I mean, I think that really sets the stage for like the Fulci Gorehounds, where it's
because it's like,
what the fuck am I watching after that? Like, you know, it's different.
Yeah, I've heard Argento mention that too. Like in his films, like you should always have a in your face opening. Like a volcano erupting, right at the beginning. You know,
I would have loved to have seen Fulci direct like some of the, because this one kind of has that fantasy vibe, like what he would have done with something like Never Ending Story. Like let's just fucking obliterate somebody's face and rip their eyes out, and then we'll segue into the kids' film.
Yeah, man, that'd have been a trip. Ultraviolet says, "What y'all think of the kids wearing bug costumes in the Sweet House of Horrors?"
That was fucking bizarre. That
was weird. Well. That was a little strange. Never seen the film. Yeah, they got a good release. I mean, I'm sure they'll get released. I don't know if you could find it on Tubi anytime soon. Maybe. But I
don't know that you'd find it in the restored version, but I don't know. Cauldron Films is a newer label, so maybe Shudder will pick these up.
Yeah,
hopefully, so more people can see them.
Do you think Argento thinks that the one scene, certainly the theme of the dead parents, the Mother of Tears, where Dario Nicolod's ghost comes back? That's very plausible, I think. If you think about it.
Maybe.
Yeah.
See, Ultraviolet says, "In my opinion, the Sweet House of Horrors is all right for a made-for-TV movie, but I like it. I really like the score, and I give it a 5 or 5.5 out of 10. I recommend watching it in Italian."
I think the score is fantastic as well.
Yeah, I think all the scores are great for sure.
Especially that opening scene, like you say, the first 10 minutes, the score's like brilliant, man.
Yeah. Let's see, Fulci, hell yeah. Let's see. Kid actor Fulci. Brian Bonzal was great in Mikey.
Yeah, good TV.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, that's a fucking crazy opening. You want to talk about crazy opening?
That's a killer kid film I've never seen, actually.
Oh, you got to see that shit. Yeah, especially just the opening. Holy shit.
Okay.
Let's see, Canadian film, Cannibal Girls, 1973 is a good watch.
Oh.
Okay.
I've
never seen that one. Fulci Lives, Cliff Booth.
Hey,
going on, Cliff? Appreciate you stopping in, man.
Yeah, no Ferruzza tonight.
Yeah, I always see Cliff in the booth. Cliff in the chat. Cliff Booth in the chat. on your
I
channel.
just recently bought Once Upon a Time in Hollywood on Blu-ray. For some reason, I didn't have it. So, and I got Quentin Tarantino's book in today as well, Cinema Speculation.
Oh, nice, nice.
Yeah, so I can't wait to dig into that. Sorry to go off on a tangent.
Fulci for life. Hell yeah. Lindsay's gone up a lot for me over the last few months. He and Fulci are probably tied for me at the moment. Okay.
Yeah, if you please go watch his crime stuff. Like, whew, guys, you're missing out if you don't check it out. Even if you think it's not your genre, make an exception and watch, Almost Human and some of these films we've referenced.
I completely second that because I didn't think I'd be a fan of Italian crime films. And in some ways now, going back to them, I fucking like them than some of the Giallis as well. Like, they're even better than some of the Gialli films. I'm like, yeah. I touch wood. I don't think there's maybe one I dislike so far. And I've seen, I don't know, 30 maybe.
Yeah, sometimes you have to branch out. Like, I remember my dad was a big John Wayne guy, and I never really connected with the John Wayne stuff, and it took me a minute. But then, a little later on, as I got a little bit older, like diving into spaghetti westerns, I'm like, oh, wow, those really connect with me.
Sergio Leone, yeah.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah.
Let's see, what was the first Billy Jack film called? Wasn't Billy Jack?
Yeah, I was gonna say Billy Jack, right?
I think it's Billy Jack.
Yeah,
My Hand. Yeah, that shit is funny, man.
It is fucking great.
Love the Muppet voices, especially the guy with the burned hand. Yeah, man.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna pause the chat here, man. And so anything else y'all want to mention on Sweet House of Horrors, man?
Just let us know what you think in the chat, in the comments. I mean, it is different. There's not a million Sweet House of Horrors out there.
Yeah.
No, I just say check it out, man. You never know.
Yeah. But I do got a Fulci quote. What did he say here? He said, fantastic, excellent filmmaking. Nino Celeste is a splendid cameraman. They're two of the best films I've made. I was like,
yeah, he was fond of these two.
Yeah. I think it's because he's been off.
I was going to say, why do you think that is?
I think he's been off for like 3 years. He hadn't made film in 3 years.
He missed it. Yeah.
So.
I think this one he really regards highly as well. Hates the Clocks. From what I was reading.
Yeah, man.
He's very proud of doing this one.
You're dealing with time in this one again. So, House of Clocks, man. This is what we're getting into. And this is my second favorite of the bunch.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's how it goes for me, man. I'm just saying now.
It is my favorite.
It goes House of Lost Souls, then House of Clocks, then the House of Witchcraft, and then Sweet House of Horrors. Yeah. That's the way it goes.
So we're all different then. So like Dan's favorite, your second favorite. For me, this is joint the worst. There's two, I would say.
Oh wow!
But even that, it's not a bad. When I first watched it a week or so ago, I thought it was kind of a bad film. So I was talking online to Kenneth, and then I rewatched it again last night, and I kind of warmed to it a little bit more. But yeah, I can see why people do kind of like this one. It's probably got more Fulci stamp on this one than any of the,
I think so.
Than the other one.
Definitely do. And speaking of that, I guess I'll go ahead and show the clip, right?
Yep.
Or y'all want to wait?
Yeah.
Let's see it.
All right, here we go.
Go for it.
very well. It complements your pair.
I didn't want to spoil nothing. So the damn holy shit, dude, that scene, like, that's the thing I love about the Italian horror films in general. Like, you see it in so many. It don't matter who's directing. Like, somebody will see a knife or something. Like the old lady's got the knife on the wrist and shit.
Yeah.
And then they just keep their fucking hand there, or they just stay there, you know?
Yeah.
I love that shit, man. I know a lot of people gets a lot of shit talk about it. Like, why don't they fucking go? But they just stay right there. They're frozen in fear, right?
Stuck in time. Kind of makes sense.
But no, man. So here's a little synopsis of the film. Okay, so 3 outlaw teens. I guess they're supposed to be teens. They look fucking full grown to me, but 3 outlaw teens plan to rob an old couple, Vittorio and Sarah Corsini, but things get out of hand. They end up killing the couple and their gardener, but something strange is happening as all Vittorio's clocks are going backwards rapidly, and so is time itself.
I love the concept of this one. I
do too,
really
man.
do. Yeah,
Fucking
I think
brilliant. Yeah,
it's one of the better stories. Really, the best story I think of the bunch.
Yeah,
and I mean, it still has that, like, how the fuck did you expect this to air on TV? As you see in those clips, I mean, we get the poor maid, getting stabbed in the pussy with a walking stick. I mean, it's like, how the hell was this ever going to air on television? But we get Al Kleiber, of course, who made I believe a lot of
Fulci,
and
a lot of
films, maybe something like that.
A lot of Fulci, a lot of Joe D'Amato.
Yeah,
because we recently covered something with him in it, and he was talking that he said that when Fulci and D'Amato stopped making films, he quit acting as well.
Yeah, he just stopped. Yeah, it's interesting that it's sad that he stopped, but again, at this point, we're really kind of at the tail end, and D'Amato, I've heard a lot of good things about, people that have worked with him, even in some of the porn that he did. A lot of cool people. My buddy Louis Paul, if you're familiar with the Chiller Theater convention, you probably know who he is. Great author. He interviewed D'Amato right before he died, and D'Amato is a cool guy. Doesn't get enough credit.
I can't understand why he doesn't as a director, just for like Absurd, and he done Death Smiles on a Murderer as well. Like he's only Jolly. Yeah. The guy, because of his porn act, that's what kind of clays people's kind of judgment of him.
And don't forget fucking Buried Alive, man.
And he's a cinematographer, wasn't he, on What Have You Done to Solange? So that puts him up there for me straight away.
He did the cinematography for a bunch of shit. The Antichrist in 74, The Tempter. That's fucking shot well. I don't know if you've ever seen that one, but
yeah,
I've still not seen that one. I think that's Alberto Di Martino.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's a great
fucking. It's the best Exorcist ripoff there is, I think.
Yeah, I would jump on that one, Darren. I think you'll love it. I mean,
it's on my Amazon wish list, and
it's actually the very first film I reviewed on this channel.
We can do that on Dead End Drive-In. That's not a bad one to tackle, actually.
Hell yeah, let's do a couple of Exorcist rip-offs.
It's the very first one I did a video on, like on the channel.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So I don't want to go back and look at it. It's probably First fucking thing I ever did. But
and this is another one Nino Celeste did the cinematography for, which really elevates it. This one I'll kind of fight for. I mean, again, it's hard to rank it with such an illustrious filmography, but this one is still up there. Like, I really, every time I check it out, I know it gets some criticism. There's not a lot of sympathetic characters in this one.
No,
but yeah, especially the cat scene where it's like, I want these bastards to die, but
yeah, I can see a lot of people getting pissed about that, But I love the whole idea that this guy, this old man, and this old woman, and this old man Vittorio, he has all these fucking clocks in his house, and they're like his children. That's how he talks. He talks to his fucking clocks while he's working on them and shit. And like, whenever they both die, all the clocks fucking stop.
Yeah.
And you don't know why. It don't tell you why. I'm glad it don't. And if fucking everything starts going backwards, it's fucking great. And the time starts going backwards because people start noticing, where the table got all fucked up when they was fighting. The table's all set back perfect, and just other things that happen throughout the film. It's a great idea. Great idea.
It's kind of like Fulci doing a Twilight Zone episode, something like along that.
But it reminds me in tones of like The Beyond, in a way. With the time element, like in The Beyond.
I can see that, yeah.
And then, like, of course, the scene, the crotch shot, that's City of the Living Dead all day,
Yeah.
I don't know what his deal with that is. Always hitting people in the fucking crotch, man.
I would have liked to have been like a fly on the wall for Fulci's therapy sessions.
Yeah.
Might not have been too hard to figure that one out, but I really love the old couple in this too. Like, just very matter of fact, like some of the lines, like parasites should be eliminated.
Yeah.
Like, never raising your voice or anything. It's just like, we got to kill these fuckers.
You could also say lizard in a woman's skin, the black cat as well. It's like in the same tones as those as well, I think.
It's definitely nods to them, I think.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think this one's overlooked. I think it. I mean, again, a lot of people didn't get to see it for the longest time, but this is one I can easily recommend. Like, I don't think it'll disappoint you. Are you going to put it up there with The Beyond? Not necessarily, but I would consider this one a great horror film. I really dug the vibe. Again, as you can see in some of those clips, there's some great kills in this too. So it still will satisfy the Fulci gore hounds. I mean, it's not New York Ripper level or anything, but it's there. And again, at this point, Fulci was having money issues, declining health, and at this, coming off of like Zombie 3, and Sodoma's Ghost, and some films like that. Like, I can see why he thought strongly of this one. Sweet House of Horrors is again
not so much,
but he thought highly of that one too. So he's quoted as saying, like, I think they're two of my better movies.
He says that he said he loved the challenge, that it was more demanding than a film.
Yeah.
He wasn't able to use as many deep focus shots for tension. And he's the one that said this. So because he knew television viewers' minds tend to wander.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's I mean, I got it. It's my second favorite, and I didn't expect that shit. I was expecting it to be the one because I've heard so many people talk so highly of it,
Yeah.
But it's my second. It's like right behind House of Lost Souls, and what's funny to me is these were both the second film that they made.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like the first two that they made, I don't know. I don't know if they geared it up on the second one, but I'm not. I mean, I know everybody's not going to agree with me on that, but it seems like they got better on the second film that they made. But I don't know.
They did them back to back, didn't they, as well? So
Yeah.
that kind of makes sense. Like 3 weeks they took filming on each one.
Right.
This one, I love the score to this one. I really like the score. Like, it was the main thing for me. You've got to love the ending as well. A bit of retribution. I won't give totally everything.
You do love the ending? I thought maybe the ending is why you didn't like it. Because
no, I think I like.
Okay,
like,
because
like
there is an argument to be made about the ending. Well, I'm not going to spoil shit.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, I'll tell y'all when we get off. But
just the wackiness of it. Yeah, the wackiness of the end.
But
satisfying.
It's like I said, it's like I said earlier, like when I first watched, I thought this was going to be like rock bottom. Like I didn't like it at all. But going back, weirdly, I just kind of, I like the charm of it. It's got a certain charm to it, like Dan said, with the whole thing with the clocks, and it's unique. There's no other film or story like this. But I'm not gonna, go overboard on it. It does come tied up as my, I say least favorite, but I don't like using that term with these films because, they're all good in their own little way. They got good things in them in their own way.
Oh yeah,
but,
I won't say that any of them's boring.
No,
I'll definitely watch them all again, and they could go up. Like shit could shock me and be like, "Hey, wait a minute, this one over here is better." After I watched them a couple times, that's just how shit works,
I was gonna say, so this is the first time you've seen them then, Dirk? Because I know me and Dan.
This was the first time I've seen before. 3 of them. I'd seen House of Witchcraft before.
Okay.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I remember now. Yeah.
But the other 3 I had never seen. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think again, you can't get the box set now, but very reasonably priced. I don't think I felt ripped off considering the extras, the restorations, or
the main thing was the anticipation.
Yeah. They got it out. I mean, that's the important thing. So.
I'm glad that they did it the right way, though, instead of sending it out and then having to get replacement discs and all that shit.
I'm all for that. Like, it takes however long it takes. Like,
absolutely,
the Scream Factory stuff and the replacement discs, even with Vinegar Syndrome, like it's becoming more and more common, and that's annoying.
It is.
This was supposed to come out in April, wasn't it? I think it was, and it got delayed quite a lot. I mean, me and Dirk been planning on doing this for a while as well, so we sat on this one for a few months too. But we had to get someone like Dan on for this, so you got
I think we were talking about this set before we even started Dead End Drive-In. That's how.
Definitely.
This set has actually been talked about for years about coming out, but people, I don't know what happened with the rights of it or anything like that. But I'm glad Cauldron, man, they made it happen. And that other set, I can't wait as well. Go on.
I'll go ahead and mention the special features on this one right quick if you want.
Yeah.
So, Lighting the House of Time, interview with Nino Celeste, is 25 minutes, 45 seconds. I remember, so I watched that one. Like, I remember one thing that was said. He was saying that it was funny that Fulci got jealous of all the female actresses, especially Cynthia Monreal. He was saying that on, I don't know why it was on this one, but I guess because
he took a shine to her from what I was.
Well, he was cinematographer for both films too, so
yeah.
But and then you got a Time and Music. It has an interview with composer Vince Tempura, collabed with Fritzi, and they were friends. And he claimed that him and Fritzi and somebody else was the first to ever do electronic music in Italy.
Shit.
Synth music.
Yeah.
So that was pretty interesting. And then working with a master, interview with first assistant director Michele De Angelis. And he was just talking about Fulci, like he said he screamed and cussed to push you to the limit, and he loved it. He loved being pushed to the limit from Fulci because that's what he was doing, and he understood it where other people didn't understand it. But I thought it was a pretty interesting take because opposite of what so many other people say, you know. And he said 12 days of shooting, and he was a gigantic Fulci fan, so he really just gushed in that whole interview over Fulci. So it's a really good one. And he's speaking English. He's an Italian guy speaking English now.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. Then you get Time with Fulci, interview with FX artist Elio Terabili. It's an archival interview. Fulci was gloomy, depressed, sarcastic, and he loved that the way they made the devices for the clocks. Like he was just amazed, but he talked shit. But he said that was just his way of doing shit. He said, "Oh, what the fuck these guys doing?" And then when they showed him how they did the reversal of the clocks, he was just fucking. It made him happy. He said he seen Fulci smile and shit. So because they could do it on cue with some kind of device that they made. Remotely.
Obviously, mechanical device, I would imagine. Yeah.
Right, and then that's 19 minutes 18 seconds. So that's a lot of shit right there. Just those four. You're talking almost. That's over an hour worth of shit, special features wise. And then you got a audio commentary with Eugenio Ercolani, Nathaniel Thompson, and Troy Howarth, and archival interviews with Paolo Paloni, Vittorio Carla Casola is oh shit, I'm getting mixed up over here.
Paolo Paloni is the old guy.
Is the guy that plays Vittorio, and then Carla Casola
is Maria,
she's Maria, the one that gets shot, hit in the crotch.
She was the medium in Demonia.
Yeah.
And
then you got Al Cliver. It's like a little short, minute 32.
Troy Howarth commentary alone kind of sells it, so everything else is like a bonus. Yeah.
Right.
Oh God, yeah.
And then I got to mention that guy, the first Michele DeAngelis. 3 words to describe Fulci. He said fast, furious, genius. So, and also the Carla Casolani. Is that it?
Casola.
He said for that special effects shot, she was laying down on a table, believe it or not.
Okay.
With the crotch shot, she was actually laying down on a table. So, however the hell they did that shit.
Yeah, this is another movie, and I didn't mention it yet. I had heard, and again, it might be something else that's not confirmed, but I had heard this actually had a Japanese theatrical at one point.
I've seen the poster art for it. I've seen it in Troy Howard's book.
Yeah.
It's in here. There's poster art, Japanese poster art. I'll see if I can find it real quick, but
they were lucky.
That wouldn't surprise me. Some of the shit, that just turns up in different fucking countries, and
I think this one's a gem. I really do. I
liked it a lot more than I did originally. I gotta be honest. It's by no means not a bad. It's a fucking entertaining straight from the word go again. But I would say all these are pretty entertaining straight off. There's no real slow moments in any of them. I find.
Yeah, here it is. If y'all can see it, let me see if I can get it in there.
There we go. Yeah,
I'd love to know when that made a theatrical fucking.
In Japan.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, highly recommend these Troy's books, man.
Yeah.
I know I always say that, but I'm gonna keep saying it.
Yeah, they're great. I mean, they're well worth the price. They're great reference books. Everything you could possibly want to know. We don't talk enough about some of our, horror cult film scholars out there, because I mean, there was a time where there wasn't a lot of info on these things and they weren't available.
Yeah, and a lot of people did their homework, and I mean, not a lot of people, but these, like Troy Howard, did his homework, man, and put it down in the books, and then commentaries, man. So.
I was reading up, right, not so much about the film, but Fulci in general, right? And there was something I was reading that I thought kind of interesting. So this is the rumor, right? Dan may already know this. I'm not sure if Dirk does. So what happened with Wax Mask was there's a rumor that Dario Argento was literally waiting for Fulci to die, so he didn't have to do Wax Mask with him because he wanted to go a different route. He wanted Fulci to do it with loads of gore, but Argento didn't want to do it like that.
Yeah.
And Antonella Fulci claims that, yeah, he was literally waiting for him to die, which is crazy because I've never heard that before.
I haven't heard that
mentioned in the commentary track.
Wow.
Yeah, so I don't know. Take that as you will. Like, believe what you will, but crazy if that's the case. But I don't want to, Argento's my man. I don't want to badmouth him in any way, but kind of fucked up if that is true. But
yeah, definitely, man. Yeah, I guess I'll catch the chat right quick, man. It keeps piling up, which is a good thing.
Yeah, active chat.
I think Dan's brought some traffic in. Thank God.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see. Mo Howard had a cameo in a horror film called Dr. Death, Seeker of Souls.
I like that movie a lot.
I got that movie. I haven't watched it yet, but I do have it. Yeah. Let's see. Billy Jack in the Born Losers was number 1. Okay. Texas, what are you going to watch in? Okay. I'm thinking, let's see. Cliff Booth, thanks for buying my movie, and Feruza sucks. Yeah.
Well, she's probably lucky she wasn't a Fulci film.
Yeah, that's for sure. Because that's something else. Elio was saying that, like, he would talk shit about the actors, but he would do it in front of everybody, in front of their face too. So, like, he didn't just talk shit behind their back. Everything's right out in the open. I kind of like that. I respect that.
The thing is with Fulci, right? Because there's a story of, like, when he was with Florinda Bolton on Don't Torture a Duckling, he was trying to get her to wear a blonde wig, and literally he kept on, and literally she turned around on set in front of everyone and told him to go fuck himself, and that gained the respect. And Fulci was fucking brilliant with her afterwards.
Yeah, he said it was best actress he ever worked with, I believe.
That's what he wanted. He wanted some. I mean, people that stood up to him, any respect, it seemed like.
Yeah, some ball busters are kind of like that. Just give it back and you're good.
I noticed like he was very good with the female leads though. So you got Catriona McCall, Cynthia Monreal, and he was fine with them, good looking, females. But apparently I was reading again, or I heard in the commentary track, it might have been in the book, that Fulci had a thing against his leading men because growing up, living the way Fulci did, he was repulsed by his own appearance and the way he ate like a pig and all that I mentioned earlier. So what he would do is he would make his leading men, something happen to him to make him look not as good on camera, which I don't know if that's true, but yeah, it's kind of fucked up in the way he was feeling and thinking over the years, just had a massive downer on the way he looked and on everything. It's fucking sad, man, his story. It really is.
Wild Wrangler
says, we got the films and we to fall back on,
Wild Wrangler says, Dirk, every time you say Sweet House of Horrors, I think of Sweet Home Alabama.
Definitely got the accent.
Yeah, I can't help it, man. Let's see. Born Losers, I think, is the first Billy Jack. Okay. Oops, already answered. Yeah. John Wayne's last film was The Shootist with Ron Howard, great ending to the great actor. Cliff, you got it. Big fan of old biker films. I got you.
Stone, the great.
Stone's a good one. Yeah. Stone Cold, right?
Stone Cold is fantastic, but yeah,
Stone. I haven't seen Stone. I know what you're talking about though.
Yeah, the Aussie flick.
Yeah,
but both great.
Right. Which Stone Cold's not very old school. It's 90s, right?
Yeah. That one was like almost in. Lance Henriksen just like improv'd all his dialogue.
Yeah, he's great in that shit though.
Yeah, Brian Bosworth and his pet Komodo dragon. That's a great action movie.
Let's see. That's what 81MC stands for. Okay. Cool. Let's see. Italian horror films love drippy abdomen, stab shots, and knife highlight glints. Yeah, they do. Let's see. I need to rewatch The House of Clocks. I remember it going downhill for me shortly after the elderly couple are murdered, but the ending brings it up to a 4.5 out of 10 for me at the moment. Okay.
Oh, he's a little bit worse than me then.
Right. House of Clocks was okay. Okay. House of Clocks score is a mix of original music and the score for Paganini, or there's even a little bit of the psychic thrown in there, if I'm not mistaken. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
The horror film, The Boneyard, is funny. Okay.
Is that the one with the poodle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I might watch The House of Clocks in Italian the next time I watch it. I remember the dubbing on the elderly couple being pretty bad.
Probably, I don't think in comparison to other,
I don't know.
I thought they were okay. I didn't mind it.
They're not as bad as the fucking kids. I'll tell you that.
Yeah,
I'm sure that. Yeah, I'm sure the dubbing actors are the ones that's been on many other, because I've heard their fucking voices on other characters in different films. The old couple, so they probably just had the go-to guy and woman, for old people.
Yeah.
Love the Cat in the Brain. Yeah, I kind of dig that one, man. It's a good close look at Fulci.
I warmed to that one a little bit more, but I didn't like that on first watch, to be honest.
Who Can Kill a Child is a classic killer kids film. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, one of the best.
Yeah, we've covered that one, right?
No, that's one I've not seen.
We haven't.
No, that's a Spanish one, I think.
I'm thinking of Who Saw Her Die. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. And there's also The Night Child as well, which we need to do.
We need to do that. Yeah, we got to get it done. How about Cat in the Hat or Pink in the Brain? Just kidding. Oh, shit. All right, let's see. Favorite scene?
It's got to be the ending for me. That without giving anything.
It is a great ending. In this
I like the crotch shot. I think that's my favorite. Yeah,
made
I like
for
the
TV.
The wormy guts, entrails coming out. Yeah, that's Fulci greatness right there.
Yes, yes. That actor needed some penicillin for that.
Let's see. All right. Love Devils ×5. Pepler toys in the zombie film Cooties. Let's see. The fuck you say? Tagline. Okay. Let's see. Tagline. Jason and Freddy were kids once too. Name the film. Fuck. I don't know. I've heard that. I can't think of what it is though. Hell, I bought 3 of them because of you, Dirk. Oh, you can buy these singly?
Maybe they are available now, single.
Shit. I think he's just he's having a joke. Maybe
he might be getting the DVDs though.
Oh yeah, I mean you can. I do think it's worth the upgrade though, because it's a significant upgrade.
Oh yeah, maybe he thinks 3 of the story. Yeah, maybe getting them individually 3 of the stories. He sounds like.
Synthetic says early Italian electric music studio di Fonologia Musicale di Radio Milano was formed in 1955 in Milan by Luciano Barrero and Bruno Maderna. Luigi Rossola and Teresa Rambazzi were also early pioneers. Okay.
So synthetic, can you play any Argento music? Because obviously you're coming on the show. If you could do that, it'd be amazing.
Yeah.
Let us know. If you could do Demons, it'd be even better. But
right.
No pressure. I don't want to put no pressure on.
I'm thinking Demon stuff, right? I don't know, but cool fact sent. Yeah. Dirk, Darren, Dan in Texas, #1 in our book.
Thank
awesome,
you.
man. Appreciate it.
Cheers, man. Thanks, man.
Let's see. Pravasito Fulci. I'm trying to learn, man. Slowly but surely. Brian Bosworth is a great biker film with Lance. Yeah.
Great. I mean, he didn't have the career that he could have, but Brian Bosworth was very charismatic. I think he could have had some bigger action movies after that.
Let's see. The Wild Angels with Peter Fonda and Nancy Sinatra, and Hell's Angels on Wheels with Jack Nicholson. Easy Rider, right?
Oh, Easy Rider changed a lot. That was one of the most influential movies in American cinema.
Yeah. The ending to The House of Clocks is awesomely bad. There's not a single mannequin or anything in that car when it crashed.
I went back and I looked at it because I've been talking to him on Facebook, and he's fucking right, man. It makes no fucking sense at all.
Let's see. The Boneyard with Phyllis Diller.
Yeah.
That's the one, yeah.
Mikey. Yeah. And we are at the end of the chat. And, man, I appreciate everybody hanging in. Appreciate you, Dan, coming on, man. And covering, I think this is the essential review of the Houses of Doom.
I think so, too.
Full discussion, full film and review, and special features, all that shit. They did a bang-up job. Eugenio Ercolani, Troy Howard, Nathaniel Thompson. Nathaniel Thompson, I always mess his name up for some reason. Sam Deegan, right?
Yep. Sam
Adrian
Deegan,
Smith.
Agent Smith.
All the interviews.
Rod Barnett's another one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but outstanding, man. The actual set couldn't be any fucking better if they tried, you know. Obviously, they can't, you know, they don't know how good the films are, you know, and that's, you know, subjective anyway. But in terms of presentation, box set, posters, shit, man, it don't get much better, I don't think.
I mean, I guess I could show the posters right quick if y'all want before we get out of here, just to do it.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Okay. I'll do a solo layout right quick so people can see it pretty good. Let's see. I know it's a bit much to do, but
I take it they didn't have much original art for these, I don't think.
No, I just wanted to be thorough. Pretty damn killer. Each one of these come with one. Only thing I don't like is it slips down. Y'all notice that?
Yeah, mine keeps doing it. You don't want to get it in the crease when you fucking put it in.
Yeah.
It slipped down out the case, but whatever. You know.
Good reason to frame them if you can.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you both on that. Like, I think I know why Dirk feels, but how do you feel with framing? Because I like to keep all the stuff in the package. You know,
I've made a few exceptions. I mean, as you can partially tell, wall space is an issue for me. So
yeah,
it depends.
It would be cool though to get them signed. If you know, I don't know how many actors or actresses are still alive at this point, but
I mean, from this period, there's
Claudio Simonetti.
Yeah, it's just a question of who's doing signings, really. I mean, yeah, Claudio, you can get.
I mean, House of Clocks might really just tip
that
the
is
scale.
killer artwork, man.
It is, dude. It might tip the scale and be the winner. Now that I'm thinking about it, the more I think about it, because of the whole concept of the time thing.
Okay, we can still got to do a rating them. I think.
Yeah, we got to rate House of Clocks.
And then we can do a rating of all four.
Here we go. I'm sorry, y'all. Trying to quicken it up. Here we go. House of Lost Souls, the last one. But
yeah, they
just wanted to show people that didn't have it.
Don't know whether they'll get. They probably won't get the poster in the individual ones. I presume. I don't know.
I don't know. Who knows? All right, man. I'm trying to get out of here. All right, there we go. All right, House of Clocks, man. Ranking.
Go for it, Dan.
We're rating, right?
Yeah.
I like this one a lot. I'll give it a 7.5.
Okay.
Oh, okay. For me, it's a 5, but it was like a 4 back early last week.
Yeah.
I think it's one that might grow on me.
Yeah.
And again, I always like listen to you, both your point of views, and go back with an open mind again. And it might go up, you never know. But it's certainly not as bad as I originally thought. But it's a 5, yeah.
I think it's the whole concept of the time thing. Like I said, I know I keep going on to that, but I know that was a personal thing with Fulci. In the context of that, me and thinking about that and then watching that, and I think it could go up more. It's my second right now out of the set, but I give it a 6 out of 10.
Okay.
It's a little lower than House of Lost Souls, but those two are my favorite two. I don't know. What are y'all's favorite two?
House of Clocks, House of Lost Souls, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, then Witchcraft, then Sweet House, obviously, for me.
Okay, same ranking as me then.
Yeah.
So House of Lost Souls for me, and then Sweet House of Horrors, top 2. And then the other two come tied, obviously, with a 5 out of 10. I'm still open, going back and maybe going up a little bit on each film. Who knows?
Right.
But,
yeah. Same here. What do y'all rate this box set though? Like everything you get.
That's a good question.
For the money,
Yeah, I mean, at least a 9 out of 10. I mean, I couldn't ask for much more. I mean, I guess you could always track down certain people, but the commentaries for me, and I've said it all along, like you give me a really good commentary or maybe 2 commentaries, and I'm good on even the other stuff. Yeah, that's where I'm at.
I totally agree. Got to be at least a 9 if you put everything into the equation. And I'm not really going on the quality of the films, but because
it's everything you get. Yeah,
it's everything you get. Like you say, just the Troy Howard, commentary alone is a big thing. So no, it's a 9. It's a strong 9 as well.
And I like the commentaries Troy's doing with Eugenio Ercolani and Nathaniel Thompson now.
They all bounce off each other really well. Yeah,
they do.
Yeah,
they explain everything. But I'm gonna just say the same 9 out of 10 on this box set, man. So
it's a must-have, I would say. I know
any
maybe you can't get the limited edition.
Fulci Lenzi enthusiasts, you got to get it. You got to have it. I think. But
yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna run through the chat, man. I guess we'll get out of here. We're already at over 3 hours, man. Sorry, Dan.
Yeah. Oh, that's okay. That's okay.
Let's see. Have you seen The Trip?
Which one? I mean, yes, but
I've seen one of the trips. Let's see. Dirk learned Italian on Duolingo. I've been learning Spanish on there for several years. Okay. I got a learn Italian for dummies. I need to get into that shit a little more.
It's hard to learn another language. I mean, it takes a lot of dedication.
Just takes time. Yeah.
I mean, you pick up words, don't you? I've watched so many of these Italian fucking films.
I do.
I would love to be able to go and fucking do that and just master that,
like Assassino and Pronto and shit like that.
Yeah.
Let's see. Great stream. I appreciate it, man. Ultraviolet.
Cheers, man. Yeah.
I noticed that in your chat. Okay. Cool. Thoughts on the LG stop making Blu-ray player? Chat and panel. It's not going to affect me because I got a Panasonic, so I'm good. I got a LG Blu-ray player, so
it's not the worst thing to bank a few extra players. I mean, I will say you can get them at Goodwill now.
You can. And if you want a really good region-free player, I'd say 220 Electronic. Check them out.
Yeah.
You can also make a player a certain region if you wanted to.
Yeah, there's ways to get creative with that. Yeah. 4K could be an issue though.
Yeah.
That's a whole topic, but 4K discs and players are a little more glitchy, but
I mean, in terms
features, I'm going to talk about that soon on the next Hat Man, and my feelings on that.
Synthetic says, I'll try to muster something. Demons is mostly heavily sequenced without the nuance and amazing musicianship of original Goblin prog rock guys are amazing. Okay. Awesome.
Yeah, no, like I say, no pressure, man. Just do what you can.
Do what you do, man.
But with the Blu-ray players,
check out his channel, y'all. Synthetic, man. He's
he's
dedicated. That I mean, he's into a little bit of a lot of different things. It's pretty cool.
Yeah,
he's into all the Romero films. But what I was going to say with the Blu-ray players is there's always fucking eBay. That's never going to be a problem, I don't think.
Right. Yeah.
I can't see it ever being a problem. Well, I'm like 53. So I can't see myself in the next 20 years not being able to get hold of something, whether it be secondhand or fucking whatever.
Right.
Like, now, if they stop doing 4K, that would be a problem, I would say.
4K
says, the streams that always deliver, man. I appreciate that, dude.
Cheers, Tex, man.
Hell yeah. Y'all check out Texas channel, man. They doing a lot over there.
Absolutely.
Love Demons 1 and 2. Hell yeah. We're gonna do Demons 1 and 2 and the church. Excellent stream, fellas. Appreciate it. Justin Marino.
Thanks, man.
See you later, Wild Wrangler. Let's see. Everybody's talking to each other. Spoiler alert. The ending to the House of Clocks takes the term letting the cat out the bag, literally.
Yeah, you know that's what he was trying as well.
Right.
They were trying to do that as well.
Let's see. Okay. Yeah, man. I guess we're going to get out of here. I appreciate all y'all once again coming through.
I remember when I lost my mind! Yeah!
You fuck. Look, it could be a pile of shit out of somebody's asshole.
Barbara! And we're going to get out of here, man. But y'all have a good one.
Later, guys.
Have a great week. Take care.
Catch you later.